Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got no time for that limelight. I'm from California, man, I guess we'll start with that. Banged out starter caps, glued to the cul-de-sac, looking like an artifact, trying to get their money back. Yellow jackets coming, mama about to have a heart attack. Southeast San Diego, we was at the heart of that. You moved about the hood, my nigga, you ain't want no part of that. Move to work and let the money drip the laundry mat. I pray to God the homie get his little daughter back. So many problems and it's not even a part of rap. So many suckers and they hating and they copycat. And life is bigger than these bitches that you hollered at. And if you bleed it out, I better get $3 back. And all I'm giving is the facts. Pay attention to the stats and never making mention of the jacks. Gotta keep the money stacked, work your way through the traps. Money motivated to the max. Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my.
What up? What up? What up? We back, man. Welcome to the remix with Kelly Dre, man. Kelly Dre is in the motherfucking building, man. What's good with y'all, man? Happy Saturday to you motherfuckers, man. What's good with y'all, man? Shit. Hey, it's been a long day out this motherfucker, man. I've been out here grinding all motherfucking day, man. Shit, I appreciate y'all for tapping into that sports content I be dropping, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, right now, man, we're gonna get back to that regularly scheduled program in this bitch, man. You know what I mean? I got a bunch of shit I want to break down. Bunch of shit going on in the world of sports and politics and news and all kind of shit, man. So sit back, man, roll up, pull up with your boy, man. We gonna kick it. You feel me? Hey, that's what the fuck I'm doing tonight. I don't know if I told y'all, gas is $37 a gallon out this motherfucker, man. So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm kicking it tonight. You feel me? I'm kicking it tonight, man. Finna bring a couple stories to the people, to the weepalizations. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, shit. Hopefully, man, we could solve a couple problems in this bitch. Or just get good and high, nigga, and pass the fuck out. Either way, shit works for me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Going strong, man. On my rewatch people, man. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? Run them subscribes up, hit that like button. You know what I mean? All that. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, we're gonna get into it tonight, man. We're gonna get into it tonight. I know y'all seen the thumbnail, you feel me? I know y'all seen the motherfucking thumbnail, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna get into it tonight, man. I got a couple of interesting stories that I want to break down. We're gonna jump around a little bit for a minute, man. Get into a little politics issue, you know what I'm saying? Get into a little news issue, you know what I'm saying? And then shit. You know, I'm gonna just let this shit flow from there, man. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is the remix with Kelly Dre. And yeah, man, we're gonna get right to it, man. I ain't even gonna waste no motherfucking time tonight, man. I'm gonna get right to it because that's the only way I know how to motherfucking do it, bro. You feel me? Yeah. Where I want to start this thing at, man. Where the fuck I want to start this show at? All right, check it out. Let's start it right here, man. Let's start it right the fuck here. Cause this shit right here is wild. This shit right here is wild. Hey, picture you at Walmart trying to get something off the top shelf, and some little bastard come up and push you off the motherfucking ladder, bruh.
Got a hold of him?
No, I gotta watch that again, bro. Hold up. That little motherfucker came out of nowhere. She on top of the ladder trying to get the toilet paper down. He pushed the ladder down and kicked the whole shelf down on her motherfucking forehead, man. Hey, you can't make that shit up, man. Watch them little badass kids out there too, bro. What is this, man? College students flood the entire garage after using the fucking water pipe as a pull-up bar. Stupid ass college kids, bro. And flooded the whole shit. I don't even know if these niggas is in college, bro. Hold it. Can we successfully say that these niggas right here is in college? I don't know. They might have to double check that shit right there. I gotta be honest with you. But these goofy motherfuckers anyway flood the whole goddamn garage. Yeah. Water spilling everywhere. Dumbass niggas, bro. Niggas broke out. I'm not 100% sure these are college students, man. They're gonna have to double back on their research on that shit, man. Listen, I would never condone cutting off your ankle monitor, but should you feel the need to, Here's a little tutorial. Right out of Chirac, man. Chirac YNs try to cut off ankle monitor with a saw while on house arrest. Shit real out here, man. You can't make this shit up. This might not be. You might want to get a bigger fucking saw, bro. Shit real out here, man. Niggas just trying to get that monitor off, bro. Get back to them streets, man. Get active out here, man. This whole GPS shit I got on my ankle is fucking up my social life, man. So, yeah, man, that's how that shit go. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do out here, man. And, you know, hey, I would never condone cutting off your ankle monitor, but should you feel the need to, learn from these motherfuckers, okay? Here goes some random ass pictures of Melania Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know if this AI or not, but damn it, we just gonna put it up here just for the fuck of it. You know what I'm saying? I've never been with Epstein is the caption. And yeah, I mean, it looks like she been with motherfucking Epstein to me. You know what I'm saying? Letitia Davis, what up? What up? Hey, I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Yeah, we're just going through a little bit of the 1-2 right now, man. Trying to you know what I'm saying, set the stage for the main event. You know what I mean? But what else is this? This was some wild shit right here. I'll be on that National Geographic type shit. Video shows the moment that an elephant kills a man and the locals try to stop the shit. Oh shit, he flipped his ass up. Oh shit. Oh shit. The elephant picks bro off the ground, flips him up in the area. Then nigga do like a 9-8. That wasn't even a 3-6. That's a 570. And then dropped him. The elephant got your man on some X Games shit. Oh, it's a wrap. Oh, bro, out of there. Bro, out of there. He out of there. He out of there. They throwing rocks at the motherfucking elephant, bro. Elephant don't give a fuck. Elephant don't give a fuck. Yo, elephant just put bro in the X Games. X Games his ass. That's some wild shit right there, man. Viewer discretion is advised, I guess I should say. I should have probably said that from the jump. Parental discretion might be advised on this shit. Yeah, fucking around in that wildlife, man. That's how that shit goes sometimes, man. Shit. It's a jungle out there, my nigga. Let's get to some serious shit, man. What is this? ICE will be at the Marine Corps graduation events to identify undocumented members, man. How y'all feel about that? They talking about ICE gonna be at the Marine Corps graduations trying to harass family members of undocumented people, man. That's undocumented people. How y'all feel about that, man? Let me know in the comments, man. What else we got here? What is this? Oh shit, this is some wild shit right here. New video shows the suspects firing at each other on North 22nd Street, and it was an 18-year-old that ended up getting shot in this situation, man. Another viewer discretion might be advised on this shit. I don't know if there's no sound though. So they just, they roll in the streets. I guess it's a little issue that break out. Then guns start blazing. You know what I mean? You see bodies is falling. Niggas is hopping around, shot in the leg. Nigga tossed the other gun. A nigga tossed him another gun. These motherfuckers is wild out here, bro. Oh yeah, let me turn this shit off. We might get banned playing this shit. Hold on, let's get out of there. Let's get back over here. What is this, man? A fire breaks out at a business near Gwinnett County Airport. I think somebody sent me this today, man. Shout out to the homie that sent me this shit today. Yeah, that shit wild, man. This shit going up everywhere, man. It's up in smoke. All this shit up in smoke. Pastor Rodney Gibson, accused of sexually abusing foster child, had prison sentence commuted by Donald Trump.
Abused from the age. A South Carolina pastor and his wife have been arrested on charges after allegations of a foster child said they were SA'd in the home. Now, the victim came forward on March 12th and did let authorities know they had been abused from the age of 15 until they aged out of the foster care system while they were in their care. Now, they are both 50 years old. Now, Pastor Ryan,
that's a damn shame.
Pathway to Hope Ministries, and his wife, Kiana Young, who actually owns and operates Dreamcatcher Child Development Center, which is in Columbia, South Carolina. Now, at the time these allegations were brought to the light, they did have a current foster child in the home. So they did go ahead and speak with that current foster child, and that child did say they were experiencing the same thing that the other child did say they had experienced within that home. So they did an emergency removal on March 18th. But on March 20th, they did go ahead and have a emergency protective custody hearing, and a judge did go ahead and grant that child to be put back into their custody. But on April the 1st, they were able to get arrest warrants for both of them, so they were both arrested on April the 1st. Now, they both are facing the charge of unlawful conduct to a minor, but the children have indicated that the abuse mostly came from Rodney, so he has some additional charges. So he was charged with first-degree criminal essaying conduct to a minor. He was also charged with second-degree criminal essaying conduct to a minor, and then contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Wow, that is unbelievable. And they put him back in the home. This is what I'm talking about, bruh. The authorities is failing these kids, man. You don't put nobody back in the home with all these multiple abuse charges and shit like that. Oh, yo, that shit was wild, man. Irvine resident almost killed by an intoxicated driver. This is crazy. Bro, how the fuck he made it out of that? Y'all let me know in the comments. Is this some AI bullshit? Did I just get hit with the AI bullshit? How I know? Fuck, did he make it out of that? That's some Jackie Chan type shit right there, man. That's some Jackie Chan type shit. Hey, listen. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Is this some AI bullshit? Or did he just get hit through the Matrix? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Fuck that story, bro. I don't know about that. Here, we're going to double back. Do I want to play this? No, I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that yet. Actually, let's play this. Lady goes crazy at Starbucks because they got her motherfucking drink wrong. Y'all got to stop wilding out there, bro. Y'all got to stop wilding the fuck out, man.
What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out of the way.
Yo. She crashed the fuck out because her drink was wrong at Starbucks.
Hey,
y'all take that Starbucks shit way too serious, man.
What the fuck?
She ramming her car into the side of the motherfucking Starbucks.
Oh my god.
Nah, this ain't AI right here. The last one might have been AI. This shit real. That's real police right there. That's the real authorities in this motherfucker, man. Oh, yeah. Tase and tackle her ass to the motherfucking ground. She putting up a motherfucking fight, too, bro. She putting up a fight. Wait a minute. Lady, hold on. You doing way too motherfucking much out here, bro. Look,
hey.
She had the nerve to put up a fight after doing this shit.
What the fuck?
You gotta be shitting me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out of the way.
Yeah. Get your ass out the way. She tried to swing on the officer. She tried to slap the officer. Oh, your ass going to jail, bitch. Your crazy ass going to jail. Oh, yeah. She went full merry-go-round. Full swing set on him. It's over. Yeah, it's a wrap. I seen this. This was pretty interesting, man. Kansas Republicans passed a law making it illegal to stand close to ICE and police and emergency personnel. 6 months in jail for a first offense. How y'all feel about that law?
Within 25 feet of a first responder while they're...
Hold up. Let's spin that back. I got to spin that back. Hold up. We got to get all of this. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel.
If you get within 25 feet of a first responder while they're working, you could be breaking the law. That covers police, EMS, firefighters, and federal agents. Ignore a warning to back up, and you could be arrested.
How are you guys going to be able to define what makes someone uncomfortable or distracted or obstructive?
Well, I don't think distraction's an issue. It's really a sense of unsafety, and it's the determination of the officer.
So what does 25 feet even look like? I have a 35-foot measuring tape here, and I'm going to show you.
How y'all
But
feel
how
about
will
this law?
be enforced?
I think that it's up to the judgment of the officers. It's not like they're going to have tape measures on them. It's a sense of danger.
Hey, I need to back up. You need to back up.
Not everyone is on board. Opponents say the bill will have negative impacts on our communities.
What are your initial thoughts about this bill once you read it?
My initial thoughts were concern.
Attorney Peyton Denning handles civil rights cases. She says bystander video is often critical evidence, and this bill could put that at risk.
Is it really allows officers to decide who gets to be close.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Who gets to really which is extremely concerning because there should be transparency.
I don't care who you are, get back in your vehicle.
Denning says she understands the intent, but worries the bill gives officers too much unchecked power.
I think that this is a very kind of backwards way of allowing ICE to be shielded.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I have to agree with
Stakes are
that.
high for the public and for accountability.
Yeah,
You have to have people there that one can hold officers accountable.
Right.
Unfortunately, sometimes police officers and departments are not the most transparent.
Reporting in Topeka.
so listen, I 1,000% agree with that, because you know the media and the people have to be able to tell, you know, the middle version of the story. It's three sides to the truth. Is his story, her story, and the motherfucking truth. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, that's what the media is. That's what actually everybody that got a goddamn camera phone at this point. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think this is an issue, man. This is a First Amendment issue. It probably gonna tap into a couple other amendments as well. But you know, because you have to be able to have the freedom to speak and to like talk about what's going on, man, and get the video and all that shit, bro. So most definitely, like, this is gonna be a problem. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. We'll double back on that. We'll double back on that, man. Let me get this off of here real quick. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. This is the remix with Callie Dre, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Yeah, we're gonna get to that main event a little later, man. I got a couple videos I want to run through real quick. But in the meantime, in between time, tap that subscribe button, hit that like button on YouTube, run that hype button up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, feel comfortable to, you know what I mean, get to know that Cash App one time. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we finna get back to it, man. We finna get right back to it. But yeah, it's been a bunch of crazy shit going on, man. I'm gonna dip a little bit into some politics, just a little bit, man. I don't want to go too political tonight. I think I'm gonna do that shit more tomorrow. But I did want to show a couple videos, man, because there's some interesting things that happened today, and I definitely want to make sure I highlight it, man. Let me see. Is it this one right here? Yes, that one. Let me pull this up real quick. So actually, you know what? I think I am gonna start with the political shit. Let's just get this out the way. So look, China is reportedly sending weapons to help Iran in the war. Let's just start right there. Fuck it. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man.
Whatever your tax situation might be.
The war in Iran escalating tensions this week, and there may be a new adversary against the U.S. and Israel, China. CNN reporting the communist nation is preparing to deliver new air defense systems to Iran. So joining me now is retired Marine intelligence officer, host of the Strap podcast, and national security expert, Hal Kempfer. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Ashley.
What up, Denise?
So Hal, what does this
Appreciate you for
report
tapping in, man.
ceasefire?
Yeah, shit getting wild out here.
Well,
China reportedly sending weapons to Iran.
First, we had a report that Russia was providing intelligence to Iran that they were using to target U.S. bases and U.S. personnel. Now we have a report that China is actually shipping in weapons, air defense weapons. These are the same type of weapons.
Yeah, let me spin that back. I want everybody to get a clear understanding of what's going on here.
CNN reporting the communist nation is preparing to deliver new air defense systems to Iran. So joining me now is retired Marine intelligence officer, host of the Strap podcast, and national security expert, Hal Kempfer. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Ashley.
So Hal, what does this report mean for keeping the ceasefire?
Well, this adds a new dynamic. You know, first we had a report that Russia was providing intelligence to Iran that they were using to target U.S. bases and U.S. personnel. Now we have a report that China is actually shipping in weapons, air defense weapons. These are the same type of weapons that were used to shoot down the F-15, where we had to rescue the aircrew from that, and to shoot down the A-10 and a variety of other things. So obviously this poses a direct threat to our forces. This is something I'm sure we're discussing with China, but this goes to the alignment. You know, you got Russia, China, Iran, North Korea. Those four are working in sync in things all around the world. So it's not a shock, but it is disappointing.
They also mentioned that.
Yeah. So you got China, Russia, Iran, and I forgot North Korea, I think. They all working in concert all across the world. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is dangerous. That's dangerous territory. That's how world wars get started. You know what I mean? Especially with the recklessness of this administration and what Israel is doing over in Iran. So you hear all that, but then you also hear Trump relaxing sanctions on Russia, right? And so Russia, Iran, China, and North Korea are all teamed up against us, but yet and still Donald Trump releases sanctions against. I mean, he draws back the sanctions against Russia. He invites the Russians over here frequently. So make it make sense, man. The math ain't mathing to me. I don't know.
China is routing the shipments through other countries to mask their identity. What can you tell us about that, if anything?
China's a master at that. They use shell corporations. The ships that come in can be under third country flags, different shell corporations from around the world. In fact, a lot of times it's not quite the same as the shadow tanker fleet with Russia, but when you start getting into who owns the ship, what country is that ship registered to, the flag country or the flag state for the ship, and then you get into, well, what is actually on the ship? What is the cargo that's on the ship? Who's the master of the vessel? Who's who's in the crew? You start breaking that down, you start finding that there's all sorts of nefarious things going on many times, and that's the case in this, where they're basically using third countries to mask the fact that they are providing all the support for Iran in its war against the U.S. and Israel, and really against all the Gulf states and against the Middle East.
Okay, so China's basically using third parties, contractors, to smuggle weapons over to Iran. Man, how y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that, man? Whatever side you are on this war, man, how y'all feel about that?
So we know that Vice President J.D. Vance is leading these negotiations in Pakistan and trying to talk with Iran there.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that. J.D. Vance is not successful in that effort. And so we just going to leave that right there. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that, man. China is now sending weapons to Iran. Let me see. I had another little story on that. Where the hell is it? Actually, here, let's jump right here. Let's take a look at this real quick. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel.
Trump pawn, not porn. Trump pawn shops and egg prices. Those are two indicators of where we are with this economy based on the new data that just came out with pawn shop loans are up now across the board in thousands of pawn shops as people go in to get $200 and $300 on average loans just to make ends meet in this economy. And what are they doing in terms of interest rates? They're paying up to 300% a year on interest rates just to make ends meet. Donald Trump's economy, based on the numbers we just saw, with the worst price increase in more than 4 years, the worst consumer confidence numbers since 1980, a GDP showing our economic engine is running in reverse.
Yeah, so basically the economy's fucked up, and we got 4 world powers teaming up against us all over the world. That's kind of where we at. I just wanted to give y'all that brief summary. That's where the fuck we at.
Age is down and flat. You put all that together, and what do you get? you get a suffering in America that this administration doesn't recognize. And they think
Bro said that the pawn shop numbers is up. That's why I wanted to spin. Let me spin that back. My man said that pawn shop loans spike as high gas prices weigh on Americans. Nigga, the pawn shop loans is up. That's how you know shit bad around this motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just going there to a TV, DVD player, motherfucking a toaster, a blender, whatever the fuck they can find. That's where we at. Let me see. Was there anything else on here I wanted to look at, man? I didn't want to get too deep into this politics shit, man. But y'all know how I am about this politics shit, man. Shit fucked up. We gotta fix this shit. Yeah, that's it, man. Y'all get the point. Pawn shop loans is up. China helping Iran. Is there anything else I wanted to cover on this politics shit, man, before I get into some of this other content? Let me think. Nah, not that. Here, let's look at this real quick. Yeah, let's look at this real quick. Because this was another interesting thing that happened. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel.
The attacks on DEI in this country is having huge ramifications in many places. It includes various groups on college campuses, affinity groups in corporate America as well. Donald Trump and MAGA, they've been attacking these organizations, claiming they discriminate. And what's happening is universities are scared to lose their federal funding. So as a result, they are bowing down to the wishes of these deranged MAGA folks and shutting these groups down. This is happening. We saw at Alabama, where 2 magazines, one people of color and one for women, was closed as a result of their anti-DEI position. Now we're seeing what is taking place at the University of Missouri. That's right. The crackdown is taking place. In July, the university will cease funding 5 identity-based student organizations, including the Legion of Black Collegians, which serves as the campus Black student government. In June, again, Trump's folks issued a memo warning that organizations that create, quote, identity-segregated spaces could be violating federal anti-discrimination laws. Following the review, the university identified the 5 groups, each focused on supporting marginalized students. They believe could be at risk of scrutiny by the Department of Justice, potentially threatening.
Okay, so basically, the Trump administration is halting funding at the University of Missouri and other universities for multicultural student groups. So that it includes like the Black student unions. That also includes like some of the HBCUs, and so it's the Black student funding at this university was slashed from $60K to down to $3K. So from 60,000 down to 3,000. And so you can expect that trend to try to continue as well, man. So when you hear all this, that, Trump gave, here's one thing I hear from all these MAGA motherfuckers, right? Is Trump gave all this money to the HBCUs, which in his first administration on paper, that was true. But if you actually talk to or read some of the literature that was put out by some of the presidents of these universities, they ain't get that bread, bruh. They ain't get that bread, bruh. And so, again, y'all got to just pay attention, man. Y'all got to go deeper than the headlines, man. You got to dig deeper than the headlines and listen to what motherfuckers really is saying about what's going on out here, bro. Hit that like button, man.
The schools' federal funding. While these groups will no longer receive designated funds, the university has stated they will be able to apply for general funds like other student organizations. However, this change is expected to result in a significant decrease in funding. This year, the Legion of Black Collegians receive approximately $60,000, but next year it will be only eligible to apply for $3,000. Amaya Morgan is the current president of the Legion of Black Collegians, and Vice President Desmond Jones also joining us. Glad to have you all here. So, Amaya, this is obviously significant. Going from $60,000 to $3,000 impacts your programming.
Producers, this plugin helps you finish your tracks way faster. Check this out. I'm going to start with this loop that I made here.
Yes, it does. We put on a lot of big programs, such as we have our own homecoming week on campus, specifically because we're not included in the typical Mizzou homecoming. We have a Black Love Week in the spring to talk about Black love through family, through love, relationships, all that type of stuff. So these are big programs that we put on. So the money that they're trying to give us will not adequately support our program.
Listen, I went to a PWI text saying.
Okay, so what this young lady is saying is that the funding cuts are not going to be able to sustain the multicultural diversity events that are going on at the University of Missouri. And, you know, I know a little bit about the American geography and the map. And, you know, we need to try to preserve whatever Black lineage in Missouri that we have. I'll just leave it at that. You know what I mean? So how y'all feel about this, man? Usually when I bring these stories up is because I'm you know, ahead of the game in seeing them. And that means that this isn't the first incident, nor will it be the last. You know what I'm saying? Or it may be the first incident, one of the first, but it damn sure ain't gonna be the last. So, you know, keep your eyes open for this kind of shit, man, because we've already heard this administration talking about they don't have enough money for childcare, they don't have enough money for healthcare, and now they're taking money from education. How y'all feel about that?
A&M University, and the reality is these organizations provide a sense of community, of family. It allows for Black students to be able to converse and partner with one another to be able to get through these largely white institutions.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely have a small amount of Black students on campus. We only make up nearly 1,500 Black students on campus versus 30,000 students overall at Mizzou. So we are.
Yeah, and that's exactly my motherfucking point, bro. We got to preserve all of the Black legacy we can at the University of Missouri. Missouri. You feel me? I'm on my Missouri shit tonight, man. 1,500 students versus 1,500 Black students as opposed to 60,000 students overall. I think that's what we said, 30 or 60,000. Either way, it's a huge gap. And so, again, our communities are being harder affected from the decisions of this administration. Black people, y'all in this motherfucker, man. What has this administration done for you? I'll wait. Got a couple motherfuckers out of jail, a couple of your favorite rappers and shit. So that's the bar for some motherfuckers, right? And when I have these discussions in different panels, that's the things that I hear. Oh, you got so-and-so out of jail. How is that helping our communities have resources? How is that helping our communities gain some ground on the head start that other ethnicities in this country have had? Oh, because he let Lil Kodak and Lil Wayne out of jail. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Shout out to them, they got their pardon, but I don't give a fuck about none of that. This the type of shit I give a fuck about, because this ultimately is what's going to determine how our society develops. Hit that like button, man.
We're facing a big issue with DEI, and cutting our funding will definitely impact our community.
There's been folks who may remember a few years ago there were protests on the campus where even the football team aligned with Black students to talk about issues that they face. That led to a series of changes, the ouster of a couple of university leaders, and also a lot of folks stopped giving money to the university. And what I've been trying to explain to folks, that the goal of MAGA, they have been angry what took place in the aftermath of the death of George Floyd. They have been targeting Black folks. And what this is an effort to, what I keep saying, defund Black America.
Yeah, this could be a part of that. I feel like a lot of the concerns student want
How many of y'all feel that way, man? Do y'all feel like this administration is making an effort to defund Black America? Was there ever an effort to fund Black America? Y'all think Letitia Davis hit it right on the head, man. That was only to get the Black vote. And it worked twice. So when y'all see me on these panels, man, and those that rock with me, that's been fucking with me, that fuck with me on the shows and shit, when y'all see me on these panels and I'm passionate about this shit, this is why. Because I know that it directly affects my community. Y'all don't gotta worry now, nigga. Look, here, look. Niggas was calling me Mexico Dre and shit. Look, I'm with y'all. I'm one of y'all. Tijuana Dre, nigga. So, again, when I'm telling y'all this shit, you know, it's not just for no reason, man. I'm not just up here most of the time. I'm not just up here blowing smoke. You feel me? I'm trying to also help y'all see the play. Hit that like button, man.
Process you're speaking about, the pressure from there was like very student to student facing, and it had been building up an angst on campus. This is a little bit different because in that scenario, you're asking administration, hey, like, look at these things that are going on. Like, we need you to address the issues that are happening on campus. This attack is coming directly from our administration and from the decision makers who were able to, for us to be in existence and essentially defunding us, is a part of making sure we're no longer there.
Yeah, and obviously these universities, you look at the attacks on Ivy League schools, but also the attacks have gone all across the country. And this is Donald Trump and his maggots in the administration using their power to say, fine, y'all want to continue? We're going to pull federal funding. And Desmond, we're talking about universities. That's all research dollars. That's a whole lot of different areas, millions upon millions of dollars. And that's why universities are capitulating.
Hit that like button, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Hey, let's get past this real quick.
Yeah, one of the things that we addressed in our meeting was like funding concerns about like where our money will be reallocated to. One of the big concerns that we had is registering as an RSO, which would be the next option that they gave us. They ran out of funding for the University of Missouri earlier last month. So essentially no organizations can apply for funding anymore. So that's a big concern of ours of if they're running out of money now, how will that be allocated for the future?
No organizations can apply for funding. They telling them they running out of bread. They're telling the people in healthcare they don't got no money. They're telling the little kids, fuck your child care. We can't pay for that shit. And on the child care specifically, let's talk about that for a second. Because I hear a lot of MAGA individuals saying, oh, you know, we're better off with Trump. And I specifically remember Kamala Harris having a program that would have gave all you motherfuckers and y'all badass kids about $5,000 on some tax rebate shit. So again, the positions that y'all seen me take for the greater part of however the fuck y'all been listening to my voice, this is the reason why. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why.
Organizations, if they can't sustain with organizations as on a small scale as they have now, how are orgs like the Legion of Black Legions who put on a bench that serve hundreds of people, how are they going to be funded for the future?
Questions from my panel. Larry, we'll start with you.
Yeah, guys, thanks for appearing today. And so, what impact do you think this is going to have on recruitment and retention? You talk about the small numbers of Black students at your institution, and I'm teaching at PWI. And so are you already hearing from some students who are considering maybe transferring based on the response from the administration?
We definitely have had some huge concerns about retention and recruitment. And we brought that up in our meeting that we had together because the Legion of Black Legions is what keeps students at the university. So for them not to take care of us, a lot of people are saying incoming students are saying, I don't want to come to Mizzou. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to a different school. People are saying that they want to leave. But a lot of students here right now are realizing that there's a really strong need for community. So we haven't faced a lot of like, I should have transferred, but a lot of people saying like, let's stick together. Let's figure something out to make sure that our community can sustain. But definitely even before this decision, a lot of prospective students came in and said, well, there's no protections for students of color, so I don't want to go to the University of Missouri.
Yeah, and that's the mentality that I think we got to keep more of, man, which is we got to have a stick together mentality, because times is going to get a lot harder, man. You know what I mean? Everything is up except your money, except my bank account, except my motherfucking check every month, every week. Everything outside of that is up. So all this shit matters, man. And this is why I spend time on it and try to break it down. And hopefully it matters to you. You feel me? Hit that like button.
Randy.
I'm really just impressed with what you are doing and trying to do. Have you reached out to your Black alumni, and what are they saying? Because I would think one great step would be any money that they were going to give to the university as a whole should be funneled to you somehow, and so that you can continue to give the Black students a community while they're on campus.
Yeah, Trump's DEI policies cut funds for Black Mizzou student groups. And this is something that is probably not going to just stop at Mizzou.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we've been looking towards. MBAM, which is the Alumni Association, specifically like that handles a lot of the Black alumni. We have been in contact with them, along with people who have been past presidents of the Legion. So we're working on funding strategies currently and getting as many people involved in our alumni and current attendance as well.
Great.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there, man. I'm gonna leave that right there. I think y'all get the point on that, man. I mean, what can I say? Shit that I haven't already motherfucking said about this whole Trump shit, right? So y'all know where I'm at on this shit, man. Make sure y'all get on and vote. Don't fall for the voting intimidation tricks. Keep your right to vote. Keep your right to mail-in vote. Keep every one of the rights you got. Because here's the thing about rights, right? Once they take them away, you don't get the motherfuckers back usually. So if you do, it's a shell of the original right that you had the first fucking time. So, you know, that's why I spend time on this shit, man, because at the end of the day, I understand that, A, we have more power than we think we do. We just got to use that shit. And B, I feel like if you see how which ways they running the play on you, you know what I mean? You can shake that motherfucker, give it the Heisman, nigga. Get up out the way of that motherfucker. You feel me? But you got to know the game in order to know how to play the game. And that's just always some shit I've been good at, which is figuring out what the fuck the game is. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, hopefully I could do a good job of illustrating that to you motherfuckers, man. But yeah, we're gonna jump, man, because it's a couple other things I want to talk about. Let me see. It was a couple of videos I wanted to show, man. In the meantime, in between time, man, subscribe to this motherfucking channel. Hit that like button for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Help me get to the mountaintop, man. Help me reach the motherfucking promised land, man. Shit. Sitting there watching this shit. Looking at shit. Yeah. Hit the like button, nigga. Yeah, we're gonna jump from some politics, man, because there's a couple other things I want to look at. Yeah. Let's look at this right here. Let's look at this right the fuck here. So actually, it's actually a kind of an inspiring story, man. 60-year-old cancer survivor is playing college football, man. I definitely want to see what the fuck this is all about, man.
You work hard every day.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to work right now. And you interrupted my motherfucking show, man.
This is the McDaniel College football team running drills at an early morning spring practice. Like that, good. In the middle of it all, number 72, freshman poli-sci major Tom Green.
Shout out to the poli-sci major. Let's go.
60 years old. The defensive tackle out there keeping up with players 1/3 his age.
My son is 34. I think he's the same age as the coach.
Green always dreamed
60-year-old player,
I wanted to
cancer survivor. He on the motherfucking team. The coach 34 years old. Coach only 34. He's 62.
For the youngest of 12 siblings, college wasn't in the cards. He went to work and spent decades building a business and a family. Then came a stage 4 cancer diagnosis.
8 tumors throughout my body, wonderful miracle that, that I'm even here.
It was a wake-up call, and he beat cancer. Now he's out to beat a different record, on a mission to become the oldest college football player in the country.
I'm going to be 61 in June. So, I'm going to be tying that record.
He joined the team as a walk-on and is also a full-time student. He says he's bonded with his teammates and picked up a thing or two from them as well.
What they're teaching me.
Bruh, he's 60 years old. He's 60 fucking years old,
Part
bro.
of a new effort, tackling a dream decades in the making.
Listen. Listen. If we call them motherfuckers out on drills, he's the first motherfucker I'm calling out, bro. It is what it is. He's the first motherfucker that I'm calling out in this bitch, bro. That just is what it is, bro. But yeah, shout out to bro, man. That's a crazy ass story, man. What else did I want to look at, man? I had a couple other things I wanted to check out in this bitch, man. Let me see. Yeah, I'm kind of lit, man. Kind of lit right now. But we're gonna get through this shit. we gonna get through this shit, man. Where I want to go with this shit. Oh, ladies, look, this is kind of important for y'all, man. Y'all might want to pay attention to this shit here. So serial rapist who posed as a San Francisco rideshare driver sentenced to more than 100.
New developments tonight. A man accused of posing as a rideshare driver in San Francisco and raping 4 women in the last decade is set to spend more than 100 years in prison. San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins announced the conviction today and talked about the key evidence that led the jury to reach the verdict on Wednesday. ABC 7 Eyewitness News reporter Luz Pena joins us live from the newsroom with the story. Luz?
Yes, Chris, and this case stems back to 2013 when a 21-year-old woman coming out of a nightclub in San Francisco reported being raped by a man she thought was her Lyft driver. But it wasn't until 2018 when the first DNA match led police to the suspect. A once cold case now resulting in a conviction of a serial rapist in San Francisco.
Justice has finally been served.
44-year-old Orlando Vilches Lazo is facing more than 100 years to life in state prison for attacking, kidnapping, and sexually assaulting multiple women. His first victim, a 21-year-old coming out of a nightclub in 2013. He took her to an abandoned industrial area, locked the car door, and raped her.
It began to be clear that the strategy of this serial rapist was to present himself as a rideshare driver.
For 5 years, a DNA of an unknown rapist sat in a database. Then, in 2018, there was a match. 3 other victims, also in their early 20s, reported a driver with a rideshare decal on his vehicle tricked them into believing he was the driver they were waiting for when they exited nightclubs and bars in the Soma neighborhood, all reporting a similar pattern of being taken to Mansell Street, where the driver violently raped them. An SFPD undercover team noticed a suspicious driver circling the area of Howard and 2nd Street at night.
So he was actually hanging out in the, I guess, the nightlife districts in San Francisco, picking girls up, pretending to be a rideshare driver, and then taking them to this remote area and assaulting them. You know what I'm saying? This is some wild shit right here.
Of being taken to Mansell Street, where the driver violently raped them. An SFPD undercover team noticed a suspicious driver circling the area of Howard and 2nd Street at night and pulled him over. It was Vilches Lazo.
Some of the victims were able to identify Mr. Vilches Lazo out of a lineup, multiple phones of theirs that he took from them so that they could not call for help were found in his residence.
In a statement, the San Francisco Public Defender's Office said they were disappointed by the verdict and accused SFPD of acting unconstitutionally by collecting key evidence from Mr. Vilches Lasso without a warrant. We intend to appeal, and we're optimistic that the appellate court will render an appropriate ruling.
It is essential that victims and survivors feel like it is safe enough that they can come forward.
Uber and Lyft have worked for years to increase safety measures for riders and passengers, including background checks. But the director of the mayor's office for victims' rights doesn't think the changes and new policies have been enough.
The rideshare company should immediately have zero tolerance. They should share information with every other rideshare company.
Vilches Lasso is an undocumented immigrant from Peru who reportedly lied about his immigration status on his application to drive for Lyft. He faces...
Okay, so basically they're saying too that the agencies should be sharing information between each other, like on their employee and personnel files. I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense, man. That would definitely help to, curb some of these type of crimes. The guy lied on his application, so I mean, there's no, I mean, there's not a lot of ways to stop a motherfucker that just lie on this whole shit. But yeah, shit wild, man. Shit wild. I thought that was a pretty wild story. What did I want to look at next, man? Let's look at this right here. Mount Vernon officer charged with depositing $800,000 in stolen checks, man. Unfucking believable.
For the second time in 2 weeks, a Mount Vernon police officer ends up on the wrong side of the law.
Tony Aiello reports the city is promising to review how officers are recruited and hired.
A year before Brandon Hunter Carney joined Mount Vernon police, he allegedly took possession of a stolen check.
Oh, hell, Brandon. Look at motherfucking Brandon right here, bruh. He looked like a motherfucking tweaker. How long he been on the police force, bro? He looked like he tweaking on the side for sure. For sure. He looks straight. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Created a corporation with the same name, opened a bank account, and deposited the check for $800,000. His arrest Wednesday came just days after Detective Kyron Bronskill was charged in an alleged gun trafficking conspiracy on Long Island. Bronskill was hired by Mount Vernon shortly after being fired as a state prison guard and put on a decertification list due to misconduct.
Okay, so it looked like the New York area police ain't to be motherfucking trusted. They got all kind of crooked ass shit going. Mount Vernon. What else do you? New York somewhere, bro. Hey, listen.
For both men tell us
both these motherfuckers. This motherfucker on the left running guns. This motherfucker on the right got stolen checks
in the city. Who's doing the vetting in Mount Vernon PD?
I think a rigorous background check is the only way to avoid this type of incident that is happening now in Mount Vernon. Also,
Mike Lawler is a police expert who reviews hiring in New Haven, Connecticut. He says it's vital for Mount Vernon to scrutinize hiring practices, as the city is promising to do. Lawler says many departments today go the extra mile to screen recruits for red flags, including polygraph tests.
They'll look at your social media, they'll look at other contexts, they'll talk to your neighbors. And there's some departments here in Connecticut that will even require candidates to unlock their phone so they can.
Yeah, man. I listen. Whatever the fuck y'all gotta do, bruh. Whatever the fuck y'all gotta do, bruh. Like, I would have thought that they would have already been taking those type of precautions anyway. The fact that you motherfuckers didn't take them precautions in the first place, let me know that y'all on some bullshit, man. What more can I fucking say, bruh? Like, what more can I fucking say about some of this shit, man? It's the remix with Kelly Dre, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy, man. I'm blood going through some of these videos, man. What we gonna look at next? Oh yeah. Let's go right here. This shit wild right here. This shit wild right here, bro. Police say the 17-year-old posted videos holding a knife right before her boyfriend's murder.
And tonight, we're working to learn more about the deadly stabbing in Harrisburg from some court documents that we've been looking at throughout the day. Thanks for being here at 6. I'm Joel D. Smith. CBS 21's Yasmin Cowan. outside the Dauphin County Courthouse, as she's been learning more about this, talking to the DA as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna just pause it right here real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's pause the video right here real quick. I don't really got no commentary to add in this segment. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Okay. All right. I think that's enough. I think that's Dr. Nino. What up, man? What up, fam? Yeah. I'm just chilling like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. All right. We're gonna get back to it.
Joel D.
Damn, hold on. I gotta pause this motherfucker one more time, bro. If you know, you know.
Police
You know,
say
you know.
18-year-old Tamar Shaw was found stabbed in the chest on the 1400 block of Market Street Monday night in Harrisburg. And in this criminal complaint that I have here, police say they've received a tip from someone who says they saw the suspect on social media recording a video holding a knife at the victim the night before the stabbing.
It's so unfortunate. We have kids here, and to be so close to home is scary. And they're so young to even be in this type of situation.
Harrisburg police say 17-year-old Delasia Brown stabbed 18-year-old Tamar Shaw Monday night. In Brown's affidavit, she admitted to police that her and Shaw were in a relationship. And when police arrived to the scene, investigators say they saw the two in the kitchen where Brown was holding a bloody towel to her boyfriend's chest, and that Shaw complained he could not breathe and fell to the floor. I understand we have the suspect, 17-year-old Delasia Brown. What else are you guys trying to figure out?
Well, listen, these investigations don't end with the arrest. We work hard, and our police departments work hard in figuring out what happened.
It was reported that a small kitchen knife was used the night of the incident, police stated. The girlfriend said Shaw asked Brown for a knife to cut something, and at some point, it was left in the blanket on the bed. Officers say she told them that it was wrapped up in the blanket, and while she was laying on top of Shaw when in bed together, he yelled out in pain. Brown says she did not see the stabbing, but told police they were arguing earlier that day, but did not get into anything physical at the time of the incident.
We bring these charges not based on what is said, but what must have happened, and based on the analysis of after autopsy and other statements, including ones that are made online.
Exclusive footage from Tamar Shaw's aunt that shows the post on Brown's Instagram story that appears to show her pointing that knife at Shaw and a caption in it stating, "Let this be a warning and cut that wrist up."
Okay, so that's the part I wanted y'all to show. Let me spin that back real quick. Let me spin that right back.
CBS 21 received exclusive footage from Tamar Shaw's aunt that shows the post on Brown's Instagram story that appears to show her pointing that knife at Shaw and a caption in it stating, "Let this be a warning and cut that wrist up."
Yeah, she ain't fucking around. So I'm gonna let Dr. Nino let y'all know what it is. I'm gonna pause the video right here, man. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got no commentary to add to this segment of the show, you know. But I think Dr. Nino pretty much said it right. Oh, I got feedback. Okay. I appreciate that. Here, let me.
Dauphin County Courthouse District Attorney Fran Charlo tells me that the suspect is currently being held at the Dauphin County Prison without bail, facing charges including murder and the use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Back to you.
Yeah. So definitely gonna have to keep an eye on that story, man. Whoa. Wait a minute, lady. Hold on. We'll have to definitely keep an eye on that story right there, man. But that lady right there, she 17 years old. She had a knife and she was flashing it at her boyfriend the night before, kind of giving him a threat / warning. And then the next day, she ended up using that motherfucker, man. So yeah, that's a yeah. Listen, sometimes you gotta watch the motherfucker that's next to you, bro. That might be the motherfucker to take you out the game right there. You feel me? But this is the remix with Kelly J, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy, man. I got like one or two more stories, man, and we're gonna get to this main event. Yeah, I'm talking about this shit right here is kind of wild right here, This shit right here is kind of wild. Let's take a look at this story right here. It says a video shows a man knocking on the door of his neighbor's house with a motherfucking machete, man. Yeah. Some wild shit.
Well, the case is laid out in these court
Hold
documents.
on, lady. Why you jumping the gun? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get you on the screen and you talking this shit. All right. Here you go. The lights up, man.
Well, the case is laid out in these court documents. However, police here say that video is key in showing what went down on Sunday morning.
Woke up at 12:30 a.m. to my door being knocked, my Ring camera going off.
She doesn't want us to reveal her identity to you because of this.
He was trying to cover the camera in some footages, and yeah, then he was sizing up my door with his machete and playing with it in front of the camera. And once I saw that he had the machete, I called the police right away.
Yo, do I still got an echo? Let me know in the comments. Do I still got an echo? But video shows a man with a machete knocking on the neighbor's door in Upper Marion, man.
I didn't even get out of my bed. I called the police.
The woman says she recognized the man at her door as her neighbor, a man police say they have had contact with before. In the video, you see Thomas Zarner kicking the woman's door, displaying that machete.
I didn't know what his intention was. We have never had like any altercations, us.
But she says she was concerned enough to take action just hours before this incident.
Finally got a Ring camera up 3 hours before the incident. And, hopefully this is the end.
You were that concerned about your neighbor that you went out and got a camera.
I needed to go out and get a camera, yeah. And thank God it came the day that I ordered it. I put it up 3 hours before.
Yeah, so she looking out her fucking peephole, and this crazy motherfucker out there with a machete kicking on the door for no good goddamn reason at all, man. You gotta watch your neighbors too, man.
Caught that on my camera.
The damage still visible to the woman's door. Court records show domestic charges filed in February. Bail was granted then, and tonight Zarner is in jail on these new charges, including attempted burglary, harassment, and possession of a weapon.
Yeah, you can clearly see he's got the fucking machete behind his back. Like, what was the whole what was the dispute about, bruh? Like, he kicking in the door, he got the machete right there. You can clearly see the machete. Everybody got a motherfucking Ring cam now. So this wasn't smart. This is a good way to get your ass some chrome bracelets, my guy.
There was nothing that anybody could really do. So me having my Ring camera was actually what the police had told me was gold. That's what I needed to be able to see or prove that this person was not safe to have around my house.
Now, police here say that they had a number of complaints about Zarner in that Upper Marion neighborhood from his neighbors. Tonight, he is held in the Montgomery County Prison. There was no attorney listed on court filings so that we could obtain a comment on his behalf. Reporting live in King of Prussia, Deanna Durante, NBC 10 News.
Yeah. Oh, nah. That's not even the half of this whole shit. That's not even the half of this whole shit, bruh. Listen, that's not even the half of this whole shit. I'm about to show y'all another story about another neighbor that got kind of wild, man. Where the fuck is that shit at, man? Hit the like button, man. Subscribe to the channel while I find this shit. Where is that story at, man? Damn, did I save it on here? Damn, I might not even save that shit. I might have to show y'all that shit tomorrow. Oh, God. But in the meantime, in between time, nigga, hit the like button. Subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man. Let me see. Damn, I can't believe I didn't save that shit. Here, hold on. Let me try to find that video real quick. Because I thought that I put it over here. But maybe I fucking did. You know what I'm saying? I smoke way too much weed, man. That's That's how you know right there. You start forgetting when you put in the videos and shit, fucking up the whole show. But that happens, man. Live TV, man. That's how this shit goes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Kick. Feel free to hit that motherfucking like button, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Dr. Nino, man. Shout out to Uncle G as well, man. What up with y'all? Yeah, I got a couple cold stories we about to get to in a minute too, man. Got a couple cold ass stories we about to get to in a minute, man. But damn, I wanted to try to see if I could find that video, man. Hold on. Cause that shit was wild when I seen it. And of course, when I need that motherfucker, I can't find it, man. Here, you know what? I think I'm gonna show another video, man, and I'll look for that shit in a minute. Yeah, let's get back to this shit. Let's get back to this shit. Where are we gonna go with this next? Where we gonna go with this next, man? All right, let's go right here. Let's go right here, cause it was some terrorist shit going on. Actually, yeah, let's look at this video right here. This is some wild ass terrorist shit, man. All that. I don't even know if it's any sound to this shit, but I was watching this earlier, and they out in the middle of the street. Oh, one person killed, 4 others injured. Unidentified man outside the consulate. So he outside the consulate letting that motherfucker go.
Çok camlara çıkmayın. Çatışma var arkadaşlar. Şu ileride ben polisleri görüyorum.
Yeah, so this outside the U.S. consulate, man. Motherfucker out there shooting reckless, and the police trying to get his ass. So it said, I think one person got killed in this, but it's currently unclear if the siblings were killed. Okay, so it was like some families in there. I don't even know if the gunman got. I don't even know if they actually ended up catching the motherfucker that was doing the shooting, man. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, find out some more information about that. I don't know. I didn't see anything that said that the damn gunman got killed. But
Channel 2 Action News investigates. A Metro Atlanta man says he only had seconds to get out of his late model Mercedes as it was going up
yeah,
in flames.
Mercedes catches on fire.
Investigator Justin Gray live right near
Spontaneously in this.
Justin, he saw you reporting on another owner with the same issue and contacted you.
George, it was just about this time of day, heading south, home from work. Victor Anthony says still when he drives by this spot, he thinks about that moment that he saw flames in the passenger side of his car.
It's burning. Gotta get out of this vehicle.
You can see the video Victor Anthony shot moments later. His 2021 Mercedes-Benz 450 GLS on fire on the downtown connector at rush hour.
I saw a little fire up on the passenger side next to the door.
Damn, that motherfucker was burning though. Whoa.
His car.
It's burning. Gotta get out of this vehicle.
You can see the video Victor Anthony shot moments later. His 2021 Mercedes-Benz 450 GLS on fire on the downtown connector at rush hour.
I saw a little fire up on the passenger side next to the door. So naturally, I tried to put it out first with my hat I had on, but at the same time, trying to move across multiple lanes of traffic to get off safer.
This is what the car looked like after. Not much left. And this is a NHTSA.
Hold up, bro. The bro
recall
said he
search
tried to
for
put.
his
Hold up, bro. I gotta spin that back. Did this motherfucker say he tried to put this fire out with the hat he had on? I know I didn't hear that shit.
2021 Mercedes-Benz 450 GLS on fire on the downtown connector at rush hour.
I saw a little fire up on the passenger side next to the door. So naturally, I tried to put it out first with my hat I had on.
Oh, okay, okay. He talking about the before it got to the blaze. Okay.
Lanes of traffic to get off safer.
This is what the car looked like after. Not much left. And this is a NHTSA recall search for his VIN. No open recalls for the low mileage Mercedes.
5 to 10 seconds longer, that I wouldn't have made it.
The fire happened back in March 2025. That's when Anthony first reached out to Mercedes and filed a complaint with federal regulators.
We appreciate your patience while we investigate this matter on your behalf.
Your patience is running thin now.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's been over a year.
In May, Mercedes sent out
They
an
still
inspector, but
investigating
Anthony
this shit? It's been a whole year. What the fuck? What's taking Mercedes so long to investigate this, bro? Y'all supposed to be the luxury brand. I need some luxury get back, bro. Like, what the fuck taking so long, man? Mercedes suddenly burst into flames while the driver is driving it. The automaker is trying to say that there is no defect in the car.
says he's never heard a word.
Let me know if it's still an echo too, bro.
Me personally, I was finna let mine go, but then I saw your story, so I'll put it out there, let them know.
Anthony saw this February Channel 2 Action News investigation. Amy Henry's 2017 Mercedes GLS 450 sounded like a bomb went off.
It shook the building.
It also had no open recalls or safety alerts.
They should do something about it instead of waiting for someone to get killed or injured.
We found more than 24 other similar Mercedes SUV fires in the NHTSA complaint database. A Washington family says their 2017 GLS 450 caught on fire after they pulled in the garage, which resulted in a total loss of the house. Mercedes claimed in Amy Henry's case there was no manufacturing defect. Victor Anthony has been trying for a year to get answers from Mercedes-Benz about his vehicle.
Until somebody dies, I guess that's what it's going to take before they make the repair on it,
Anthony says he's repeatedly tried to contact Mercedes, even walking into the lobby of their USA headquarters in Sandy Springs. They haven't responded yet to our questions either. Now,
damn, okay, so Mercedes done went dark on motherfuckers. Mercedes done went completely dark on motherfuckers, man. Okay, so cars is spontaneously catching on fire. Mercedes brand cars is catching on fire, and Mercedes is not responding to the car owners. They're not responding to the media. What in the fuck is going on with Mercedes?
Anthony says he's repeatedly tried to contact Mercedes, even walking into the lobby of their USA headquarters in San
Man, this brother had to walk into the lobby of the headquarters just to get some answers, and they still ain't answer his motherfucking question. Mercedes, y'all doing wrong. Hey, clean this shit up, Mercedes. This is a bad look right here, bro. This is a bad motherfucking look right here, man. Hey, let me know if I still got an echo too, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Let me know if I still got an echo.
They haven't responded yet to our questions either. Now, Anthony did, though, what you're supposed to do, the best advice in this case, which is file an official safety complaint with federal regulators at NHTSA. They have the ability to push or launch safety recalls or investigations. Reporting live along the downtown connector, Justin Gray, Channel 2 Action News.
Yeah, man. So look like Mercedes trying to get over on some motherfuckers, man. Is what it looked like to me. Mercedes is trying to get over on motherfuckers. Mercedes cars is catching on fire and ain't shit being done about it. They you know what I'm saying, juking the media, they juking the car owner. They not answering to nobody. Yeah. How y'all feel about that, man? That shit is wild. That shit is wild, bro. Yeah, any of y'all, man, if y'all got a Mercedes, man, be careful with that shit. Where I want to go with this shit next, man. Here, I want to look at this story right here. Let's look at this right here. Fuck it. What time we looking like? Yeah, let's go right here. So it was a TikToker, another TikToker that got unalived in Jamaica. And so this happened a while back, but I want to cover this story, man, because it's a string of these TikTok unalivings that's going on TikTok for some reason, man. I covered one that was Ja Mason's son. He was on live. Somebody walked up and unalived him, and the guy that actually did that got unalived after that. And so this was another story that I ran across that was kind of wild, man. So let's take a look at this real quick. Here, I want to run through. Which one did I want to run through? Actually, here, let's do it like this, because I want to look at some of these shorts real quick. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Here, I want to look at, which one did I want to look at? All right, so this is the TikTok dude right here. So this is the guy right here. Is there any sound to this shit? So that's the TikToker right there, man. Y'all can see he fresh out of Jamaica is where he at.
Star known for his raw lyrical freestyles. The heartbreaking incident reportedly occurred on Saturday night in Old Harbor, where Nia lost his life during a dramatic live stream that has since gone viral. After the tragic death of Jamaican TikToker Nia, a rising star known for his raw lyrical freestyles. The heartbreaking incident reportedly occurred on Saturday night in Old Harbor, where Nia lost his life during a dramatic live stream that has since gone viral.
So his name is Nia. This is the TikToker right here. And so when I ran across this shit, I was like, I covered another story a while back, maybe like a couple of days ago, about another TikToker that got unalived in Jamaica, man. And so I was like, damn, what the fuck is going on in Jamaica? Hold up. Let me spin that back. Like, what the fuck is going on in Jamaica? And so it just led me on this, like, I'm looking at all these videos and shit, trying to figure out what the play is in Jamaica, man, because it's like, I think it was like 4 or 5 TikTokers that got hit all within like a year and a half type shit, man. So here, what is this video right here? Let me see what this is saying right here.
Welcome to Owen Allen Media. TikTok influencer Nia Gang's alleged killer, Romaine Thompson, also known as Rumstein, was fatally shot during a police operation in Downs, Manchester on Wednesday morning.
Okay, so that's the killer. That's the guy that murders and other crimes. Okay, so this is the actual killer right here. This is the guy's killer. This is Noah's killer right here. Here, I didn't want to watch this. Hold on. Let me get back out of that. Because it's another video I want to see real quick. That's the problem with playing these shorts, man. Let me see. Here, let's do that. So yeah, there's another video. It kind of explains who this dude is and like what his get down was. He was actually a pretty successful TikToker. Let me see. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one.
In Jamaica, tragic news is circulating online about the shooting death of a popular TikToker by the name of Nia. He had amassed almost 250,000 followers on TikTok and was a regular live streamer. In fact, one of his last videos was about him sharing his dreams and expectations for the year 2025.
Oh, that's it, 2025. A greatness, man. I feel the richness. Feel the richness spending.
While official details are still emerging from the police, the incident, which took place Saturday night, December 7, 2024, while he was actually on live stream, has sent shockwaves through the online community. Fans and supporters of the TikToker have gone online to express their thoughts and prayers to his family and loved ones.
Yeah, so that's him, man. Nia, man. Rest in peace to that dude, and definitely, you know what I'm saying, prayers to his family as well. But it's been a string of these TikTok like unalivings, man. And so in Jamaica, especially, and on a country like that's that small, is actually wow, because they wait until motherfuckers actually set up and you know what I mean, until they run the play. So this was like one of the last videos bro shot.
I know myself, man, bro. I hear that. I mean him, Nia. Right. It's not like you know the badness guy in Nia. You know, you still a fuck up, bro. That's what I say. Bro, you say if you have to grow your content with calling up man name and dissing up man, You look so man we don't know nothing about you call up them name and this them. Here now. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so basically, if y'all Jamaican ain't what he's supposed to be. I think bro breaking down to him like, you know what I'm saying, dude on the left is I can't figure out if but he actually is trying to warn bro, like, bro, you popping out, you know what I'm saying, you speaking too much this and that, and you know what I mean, that shit going, you know, is gonna get you in trouble. That's really the essence of this whole conversation right here.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, chat. Oh, the fuck my brother name reaching name out over there, bro. Sorry, bro. Sorry. I try run from the 6, me just get mad. Is it? Me ain't a pro master. Not even know them on a danger, dog.
Yeah, and you can see how bro looking at him like, bro, whatever he's saying to him, he ain't really with it.
You even know your own a danger, bro. Believe me. You don't even know your own a danger, youth.
Yeah, so right there, he just told him, you don't even know that you're the one in danger. You know what I'm saying? So he trying to actually warn bro. You know what I mean? But bro still popping his shit. You know what I'm saying? He's a successful TikToker. You know what I mean? I don't know what his get down was in Jamaica, what he had going on in the streets of Jamaica. But bro on the left is trying to warn him, like, you know what I'm saying? You're the one that's really in danger. You know what I mean?
What else you want me to transfer some money to your account? You know your own a danger, bro. Believe me. You don't even know your own a danger, youth. Bro, I don't like, bro, I'm not nobody in a dog. So the love we don't do this, so I don't call up a man named Love in a bro. You see at this, you see, watch out now? You see at this point now, yeah? You see anything happen to you, bro? Happen to you, yeah? He's an idiot, yeah. Nothing more.
Yeah, bro, say anything that happened to you, bro.
All right, man, I kill it this one. I kill it this one, damn. Yo, show it my side. Show it my side.
Naya still popping this shit though.
Apologize. Suck him, man. Now show him say you see.
Yeah, now the nigga talking about his mama.
Yeah, me I tell about my mother, dog. Me I tell about my mother, dog. No apologize. Suck your man. How you, man?
Yeah, so that shit deteriorated pretty fast, as y'all can see. You know what I'm saying? Bro was trying to really warn him that, like, you the one that's really in danger, fam. And y'all gonna understand why in just a moment, man, because the way it went down was on live. It was on TikTok live, man. And that shit was kind of wild, man. That shit was kind of wild. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. And I'm gonna pull this shit up for y'all so y'all could get the whole picture right here, man.
Not talk. Only a doctor can pronounce a man dead.
I'll if you're 14 and you look for the refers, you're big man, you can't get gunshot.
So this is the strange interaction that's going on. That's Naya on the right.
Not talk. Only a
Hold on, let me pause that. That's Naya right here on the right. And that's some weird ass nigga that ends up calling bro on the left. Just out the blue. I don't even think he know who bro is. But listen to this weird ass shit he's saying to bro. And then watch how this shit ultimately unfolds. Hit that like button.
not talk. Only a doctor can pronounce a man dead.
I'll if you're 14 and you look for the refers, you're big man, you can't get gunshot.
Well, all you, me not care if you are 9. Gunshot in your blood clot. Let's go.
Sorry, I stop like my fool come from, you know, I lie.
No. Not deal with country badness. Me live close to you, motherfucker. You see? You now run the file.
So picture this weird motherfucker just call you up, saying all this weird ass Jamaican shit to you, looking at you all goofy and shit. And then this happens.
You say you a killer.
You never tell her that.
Look up in him that I shot them there. I hear the dog.
I know y'all like, what the fuck is going on? Listen, now, when I first saw this, I was like, I didn't see the play.
Let's go.
But this is a setup. This is the Jamaican setup right here. Another TikToker in Jamaica gets unalived on TikTok.
Now deal with country
Live
badness.
stream.
Me live close to you, motherfucker.
And it played out like this.
You see? You now run the file. And you say you a killer.
Never tell that.
Right when he say that. You say you a killer. Somebody bust in on him. 2 shots go off. And them niggas never come back to the camera. Look at bro though. He not even fazed by this shit. You feel me? Bro just put a hit out on these niggas. Watch the hit play out. And he not even moved at all. So that's the kind of wild shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all we ain't just gonna stay in America all the time. If I find some wild shit going on overseas, we gonna jump overseas. This is some weird ass shit. This nigga still waiting on these niggas to come back to the screen. They never came back.
You see? You now run the file. And you say you a killer.
Never tell that.
Look up in him that I shot them there. I hear the dog in there.
This nigga talking about he hears the motherfucking dog in the background. Wow, that shit, bro. When I seen this shit and I dove into this little story right here, because when I covered the other TikToker that got unalive, that was some wild shit. And so in that video, they were talking about it's been a string of these incidences. And so this was like the second incident right here that I looked up. And I was like, damn, this was actually weirder than the first fucking incident. What is this right here? Let me look at this real quick. Hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Nah, not that. Let me look at this real quick. Oh, nah, that's that video. What is this? Because I thought I had
Niall
another
last
video.
video before he was killed on live.
Yeah, man. Feel the richness.
Yeah, this bro right here. This bro right here. Let me
In
see.
Jamaica, tragic news is
No, that's that
circulating
one.
online about
I
the
think we
shooting.
seen that one. What is this?
Welcome to Owen Allen Media.
Okay, so let's look at this one.
Alleged killer, Romaine Thompson, also known as Rumstein, was fatally shot during a police operation in Downs, Manchester on Wednesday morning. Rumstein was wanted for multiple murders and other crimes across St. Catherine and Clarendon. Authorities say he was a key suspect in the December 7 killing of Naya, whose real name is Xavier Foga. Naya was gunned down while live streaming on TikTok on Panther Lane in St. Catherine, a shocking and terrible incident that quickly went viral. So Rumstein was also wanted for the August 5th, 2023 murder of Constable Justin Martin, who was shot and killed at a bar in Sandy Bay, Clarendon.
Yeah, so they over there spinning on shit in Jamaica, man. They over there spinning on shit for real.
Him a high priority for the police.
Live on TV, bro. They waiting on niggas to set their whole live up and then ambushing their ass. Why they on the other end of the live, bro? That's the kind of shit they on out there, bro.
Launched an operation in Downs to capture Rumstein. So around 4.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit they on right there, man.
TikToker Nia, a rising star known for his raw lyrical freestyles. The heartbreaking incident reportedly occurred on Saturday night in Old Harbor, where Nia lost his life during a dramatic live stream that has since gone viral.
Yeah, that shit went super viral, man. But what y'all think about that story, man? That shit is wild, bro. When I was actually looking at that, I was like, damn, here now I don't want to show this. I don't want to show this. That shit way too Jamaican, man. It's too deep Jamaican. Y'all ain't gonna even get that shit. But hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the motherfucking channel, man. Is there anything else that I wanted to show before I get to that? The main event in this motherfucker, man. What I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I think TikTok, you know what I mean? Wherever the fuck you at, holla at me. I'm gonna pull up over there, talk a bunch of shit, man. I'm gonna do my 1-2, man, like I always do. You feel me? And that's real. Yeah, fuck it, man. We finna get to this main event, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the main event. Because Floyd Money Mayweather, man. Actually, even before I get to that Floyd Money Mayweather shit, I want to talk about something else. Real quick. Did I pull that video? Yeah. Let's talk about this. Dr. Nino. I'm gonna let Dr. Nino host this motherfucker, man. That reminds me of what happened in Indian Red in LA. Yeah, man. Shit. If you look at the top of the motherfucking screen, if you look at the bottom of the top of the screen, yeah. Some Indian Red Boy shit came up, man. So I wanted to cover that as well because I don't know if this news has actually been covered adequately. You know what I mean? It was an update in this case, and I think I discussed it in a previous show, but I wanted to do more of a full breakdown on that story, man. So, yeah, Dr. Nino on top of it, baby. Yeah, we finna dip into a little bit of this Indian Red Boy real quick, man, and let y'all check in with this story because this is another wild story, man, and I think that y'all not really gonna believe it once y'all see it, man. So hit that like button, man. Roll the fuck up, pull up. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, let's get to this shit, man. Let's get to this shit. Is it that one? Nah, it ain't that one. It's that one right there. Yeah, let's get to this shit. Kelly Dre, you fucking up the remix. Yeah, I know, nigga. I'm high. My bad. Shit. Y'all be fucking up shit when you high too, man. Play us fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Play us fuck up. Hit that like button.
Like you ain't got nothing on you right now. What would you do, fool?
Yeah. So this is the story of Indian Red Boy, man. Before I even crank this up, viewer discretion is most definitely advised in this shit, right? And I'm gonna just throw that out there. Viewer discretion is most definitely advised. This is Indian Red Boy right here. Another rapper that was shot dead on Instagram Live. This one actually made more of a national imprint in America because there's a whole backstory to why people believe, one of the reasons why people believe that he was unalive. And it has to do with the Nipsey Hussle mural that got damaged. So some people say it was based on that. Some people say it was based on some things that this young man had going on in the streets. So we're gonna break all that down right now, man. We're gonna dip into the Indian Red Boy story. Dr. Dino, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I'm on it, man. Yeah. Hit that like button, man. Let's dip into this.
Like you ain't got nothing on you right now. What would you do, fool? Damn about that, fool. I got these. What the what the fuck? Where you at?
That right there is the last thing Zarael Rivera, known on the internet as Indian Red Boy, ever said on camera. He was 21 years old, sitting in his car on a regular Thursday afternoon, laughing and going live with his homie. Then someone walked up and changed everything. But before we get to that, you need to know who this kid was and what he did in the months before he died, because none of what happened makes sense without it. Zarael Dijon Rivera was born on February 14, 2001, and grew up mostly in Long Beach, California.
Fuck that, so blood gang. Well, we outside on blood.
If you ask the people who actually knew him, they would tell you he was not the kind of person you would expect to end up in the middle of something like this. His aunt, Jasmine Rivera, sat down with the University Times in 2022 and described a young man who just loved making people laugh wherever he went. She said he was goofy, caring, and full of energy. He played basketball at Jordan High School in Long Beach, collected shoes, put hot sauce on literally everything, and would randomly help elderly neighbors with their groceries and yard work without being asked. The big turning point in his life came when his mother, Shawana Rivera, passed away. She was his best friend, and when she died, his aunt said it left a hole in him that he carried every day after that. Zarael stepped
So that's Indian Red Boy right here in the black.
His four younger brothers after losing
You
him
know,
and took on more
rest in
of a
peace to
fatherly
him.
role in the house. But that same painful period also pushed him deeper into the streets. His aunt was honest about it. He found in street life the sense of family and belonging that he felt like he had lost. Over time, Zarael got connected to the Inglewood Family Bloods, a well-known blood set in the South Los Angeles area, with some accounts also linking him to the Hollywood Pyru set out of Compton. How exactly he got from one to the other is something we will come back to later, because there is a street-level backstory there that matters a lot to understanding this whole case. But by 2021, he was running with a young man from Inglewood named Baby Capone, also known as Capone Number 3. The two of them were inseparable, going live together all the time, building a little following and chasing clout wherever they could. The rap career was just getting started. He began by hanging around a local recording studio with friends, hoping someone would let him record, and eventually someone did. He was posting content on Instagram, going live regularly, building momentum.
And another round. Huh. You give him the vibes. Hey, he gonna die, he gonna die. Yeah. And I'm sorry. That's a song of
He was still at the very beginning of that journey when things went completely off the rails. Now, to understand what Zarael and Baby Capone did in May of 2021, you have to first understand who Nipsey Hussle was to that community. Nipsey Hussle, born Ermias Askedam, was a rapper from the Rollin 60s neighborhood Crips, who became one of the most respected people in South Los Angeles. This was not just because of his music, but because of the way he genuinely invested in the people and neighborhoods around him. He owned businesses on his block, created jobs for people from his community, and spoke openly about trying to break cycles of poverty and violence.
So I think that economics is the answer. Empowering people economically is how you really, really impact. But I don't know if it's about dropping a bag of money in the hood. I think it's about impacting culture in a way that, you know, the mentality changes.
On March
Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, man. Real legend. You know what I'm saying? Definitely dropped a lot of gems while he was here walking on this earth, man. R.I.P. to Nip.
31st, 2019, he was shot and killed in the parking lot of his own Marathon clothing store at Slauson Avenue and Crenshaw Boulevard in South Los Angeles. His killer turned out to be a man named Eric Holder. from his own set, who felt disrespected after a face-to-face conversation in that same parking lot. Holder was later convicted of first-degree murder in 2022 and sentenced to 60 years to life in prison in February 2023. After Nipsey's death, murals went up all over South LA to honor him. The one at Slauson and Crenshaw, right at the spot where he was shot, became the most important of all of them. People treated it like a sacred place. To disrespect that mural was not just bad manners. In the streets, it was understood as a direct challenge.
It was just disrespectful, period. It was like, how could somebody just scoop that low and do something like that after what happened, what type of person he was and what he was doing for the community?
So what did Baby Capone and Zarrail decide to do? On the evening of May 11th, 2021, Baby Capone walked up to that mural and covered it in red spray paint. Red, the color of the Bloods, right across Nipsey's face. He filmed himself doing it, posted it, and watched it go everywhere.
Yeah, so when this happened, man, this shit went super viral. You know what I mean? And it was a big problem out here in LA, man. It was a lot of a lot of activities going on behind this situation, man. And so yeah, rest in peace to Nip, man. Rest in peace to Indian Red Boy as well. 2 lives lost, man. You know what I mean? In this black community, you feel me?
Yeah. Wall banging Capone, okay. Yeah.
A local artist came out and repaired the mural that same night. Then, the very next day, May 12th, someone came back and hit it again. More red paint, more tagging, more disrespect for a dead man's memorial. LAPD showed up both times, and on the evening of May 12th, around 7:45, officers made an arrest at the scene and towed a vehicle, though no name was ever made public. Baby Capone was the one caught on camera with the spray can, but Zarrail showed up in the videos from those same days, laughing and dancing near the defaced mural, and joining Baby Capone on Instagram Lives, where they continued to mock rival neighborhoods and Crips-affiliated areas. He was not hiding. He was in it with his homie, enjoying every bit of the attention. In a community where Nipsey Hussle is held almost like a hero, that kind of behavior does not just get forgotten. It followed them, and 2 months later, it caught up. After the mural incident, Zarrail and Baby Capone kept posting, kept going live, and kept making diss content about rival neighborhoods on social media, something Hawthorne police would later name as a specific part of their investigation for 2 months. There is something important to understand about social media and the kind of street life Zarrail was living. Every live, post, and location visible in the background of a video is information that someone can act on. On July 8th, 2021, Zarrail was parked in the rear carport of a large gated apartment complex at 14,124 South Chadron Avenue in Hawthorne, California. It was the middle of the afternoon. He was in the front seat of his car, phone up, on Instagram Live with Baby Capone. The two of them were just talking, laughing, the way they always did on Live. At some point, Zarrail joked that he did not have a weapon on him. He was loose, comfortable, not watching his surroundings the way he should have been. Then everything fell apart.
Yeah. So again, viewer discretion is most definitely advised. Rest in peace to little Indian Red Boy. And you know what I mean, prayers out to his family as well, man. But a lot of people believe that, you know, the defacing of Nipsey Hussle's mural and these 2 individuals being associated with that incident may have had something to do with it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there. But I know that was definitely things that was going around California at that time, man.
Got that to know you right now. What would you do, fool? Damn about that, fool. I got these. I got these. What the fuck? Blood, what the fuck? Where you at? I'm at October.
Somebody had walked up to the car. Multiple shots were fired at close range. The window shattered and Zarrail was hit multiple times. The people watching the live heard him trying to breathe, trying to say where he was, asking for help while the phone was still running. Then the phone fell and the screen went black. When Hawthorne Police and Los Angeles County Fire Rescue got to the scene at around 4:10 in the afternoon, they found Zurail slumped in the driver's seat and pronounced him dead right there. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner later listed his cause of death as a gunshot wound to the neck, manner of death, homicide, under coroner case number 2021-07982. The live footage spread across the internet within minutes. By the time platforms removed it, millions of people had already seen it or heard what was on it. News helicopters were over the scene within the hour.
Breaking news, a homicide investigation underway right now in Hawthorne.
Let's go to Desmond Shaw in Sky 9 with the latest.
Jeff and Susie, we're off of Chandran Avenue in the city of Hawthorne, and you can see Hawthorne PD. They are wrapping up their investigation. They're still taking some photographs. We watched the coroner just wheel the body away. It is a male in his 20s that was, and inside this car, there are a lot of bullet holes inside that windshield. We zoomed in earlier and saw that. So they responded earlier this evening to reports of a man who was shot in the face and died at the scene. So again, coroners just wrapped up their investigation. They're watching the family over here on the side, very distraught, as you can imagine. I'll wind down and show you as well. Hawthorne PD.
Shock therapy, what up?
Issues with crowd control down here on this corner. A large crowd is gathered, and they set up a skirmish line. So there was some kind of issue here, possibly with a confrontation. They're trying to keep people out of this crime scene so that they can wrap up their investigation. But a man in his 20s dead tonight after being shot in the face. Live at Sky 9 overhead. I'm Desmond Shaw. Jeff and Susie, back to you in the studio.
Okay, so just like the incidents that we've seen in you know what I'm saying, overseas, this incident as well took place. Actually, this was on Instagram Live. This is an Instagram Live. So, you know, another tragic youth situation that's going down and playing out on these lives, man.
James told
Let's get
Vlad
back to
TV
this.
he had watched the original unedited version of the live, and what he described was hard to hear.
And I broke down when I saw that little boy and leaning back, and you can see when the bullet, his nose started running. And
Oh, you actually saw the real video?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I didn't
and
see
you
that.
know, it was sad to see that just unfold the way it did. But some of these young cats need to see things like that because they're not. Back in the days, they used to take kids to the mortuary. They used to show this photo album where where kids have been shot by different pistols, stabbed and all that, and died from. And it used to really scare kids. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. They don't have that type of shit no more. You know, where we can try to scare our kids straight. So I think they need to get back to that because watching that video, man, just brought me to just reality is cold. And to hear him say where he was at and trying to tell his homeboy, it was sad, man.
He was still trying to talk. So he actually got
Yeah, that was a definitely you know what I'm saying, definitely a sad moment just in society right there, man, and just to have it play out on live. But that, you know, before they could take that video down, it went super viral, and you know, for all the wrong reasons, of course, man. But yeah, rest in peace to little Indian Red boy.
He got somewhere in the neck or something, wherever he was, and he was like this and had his arm up, and he was trying to tell his people where he was at.
Hawthorne PD Lieutenant T. Goetz confirmed to the Daily Breeze that the shooting looked targeted, describing it as a walk-up attack, where the shooter came in on foot, fired multiple times at close range, and got away before officers arrived. A few days later, when speaking to the New York Daily News, Goetz went a little further. He said the mural vandalism was one of the leads detectives were actively pursuing, and that Zurail's own social media content dissing other neighborhoods was also being looked at as part of the investigation. That was the most specific the police ever got publicly about a possible motive. And for most people following the story, that was enough. The narrative was set. That same week, the situation got even more complicated when rapper The Game posted an Instagram live freestyle that included lines about what happens to people who disrespect Nipsey Hussle. Given the timing, people read those bars as a direct response to Zurail's death and came at The Game hard for what they saw as celebrating a murder.
Accidentally posted that live on the wrong page, so I'm gonna put it on this one too.
and speak on the situation that was brought to my attention this morning by the homies, by a gang of homies. Is in my DMs, is upset, feel away. I get it. Understand, I mean no disrespect, meant no disrespect to no Pyrus, no Bloods, no LA, no bangers, period. But speaking on the the Indian Red Boy situation, number one, RIP to the homie. Love to his whole family, his immediate family, his close homies, the whole Inglewood family, blood card, and it's all the Pyrus, moves across the world, period. If anybody felt a certain way or felt disrespected by, what I said, number one, I've been wrote in bars and bars, been in my phone since like May or April. And yesterday I decided to put it out on the live. Bad timing on my behalf.
Yeah, so that was another tricky thing that was going on out here in California at the time when Lil Indian Red Boy got hit. Was Game had wrote a song referencing things that happen if when you are going against the legacy of Nipsey Hussle, I guess I'll say. And people were very upset about that. That supported Indian Red Boy. And that was a huge thing. As you can see, Game, came out, gave a full apology, to his family and the street family. And, that was a big thing out here. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button.
Kept his word after that. He put $5,000 into the family's GoFundMe organized by Zareel's Aunt Jasmine and helped push it past the $10,000 goal. WAC 100 later said the donation had been his idea and that the game came through without any hesitation. On the investigation side, Hawthorne PD detectives pulled surveillance footage from the apartment complex and the streets around it and kept working their leads. But no suspect was ever publicly named, no arrest was ever made. The press release from July 10th, 2021 remains the only official statement Hawthorne PD has ever put out on this case, and the LA Times homicide report still lists it as an open, unsolved murder to this day. Here is where the case gets a lot more complicated than the viral version of events made it seem. Once the police mentioned the mural as one of their leads, the internet made that the whole story. But the people who actually had knowledge of what was happening in those streets told a very different version, and that version has never been officially confirmed or denied. The loudest voice pushing back on the mural theory was Mob James, a South LA street figure who has been on Vlad TV for years and who always had a reputation for telling things the way they actually were, not the way people wanted to hear them. He said plainly that he did not believe Nipsey's mural had anything to do with why Zareel got killed.
He had a whole different situation.
Was it over a girl or something?
Yeah,
or
that was a whole different situation. So,
so what happened over the girl? I'd heard that also.
Well, him and the girl was messing around, and him and another dude they both was involved with the girl. The girl called or whatever. I wasn't there, so if I elaborate there, people gonna say, "How the fuck he know?"
Okay, yeah.
That was part of the situation. So it was over a female.
Isn't it always?
Yeah.
Isn't it always?
But, these kids got to understand, man, times have changed. It ain't like it used to be. Times is worser, way worser. These kids don't understand where they're going with it.
A street-level breakdown of the story that circulated on YouTube after Zareel's death went even deeper into what Mob James was hinting at. According to that account, before Zareel linked up with Inglewood family Bloods, he had originally come up in Hollywood Pyru out of Compton. The reason he left that set had nothing to do with gang politics and everything to do with something personal.
Zareel used to be Hollywood Pyru, okay? Used to be Hollywood Pyru. What happened was, him and this nigga was both on the same female. It was no secret. She was a Tatiana. She gets around, they pass her around, and his homeboy even talks him to, hey, you nigga, go ahead, fuck on the hoe. It was said by that female that Zareel was talking real greasy about his partner, basically pillow talking. Basically just pillow talking. Okay. The female went and told Zareel partner, they say, man, saying this and that and third about you.
What followed was a fight in front of the whole hood. The homie.
Yeah. So as you can see, there was another alternate theory about what happened to Indian Red Boy, which was it was connected to a female and his activities of, you know what I'm saying, what he was doing with these females in the streets. And so as they look closer into that theory, you know, things started to go in a different direction.
Around them let it go further than they normally would have because, as the account put it, everyone felt Zareel had it coming. After taking that beating, he walked away from Hollywood and moved to Inglewood.
So that's when homie went and approached Zareel and told Zareel, "Hey, so with all this other shit I've been hearing, you pillow talking with this bitch or something, you in your feelings or something." They end up getting into it. Boom, they end up getting into a fight. They got into a fight right there in front of the homies, right there in the hood. Zareel ended up getting his ass beat up. His partner put feet, nails, and elbows on that boy. All right.
Explanation on Indian boy's death part 2.
His partner put feet, nails, and elbows on that boy. All right. Whenever two homies is fighting and the other homies is present, they only gonna allow the fight to go so far. But in this situation, they didn't, because they know that Zareel is telling to come down to these females. They know it. You deserve that little ass whooping that you finna get, that you getting right now. So Zareel partner did not get off of Zareel. Okay, for those who might be lost, I'm talking about India boy. Zareel is India boy. Zareel, that's his government name. All right, so whenever his partner got through whooping his ass, he felt some type of way, not only about the ass whooping and how it occurred, but the fact that the homeboys did not intervene whenever this shit took place. You feel what I'm saying? So that's when he said, "F y'all," and went to Inglewood.
Now here is the piece of the story that hits the hardest. According to the same account, on the day Zareel was killed.
So before we get to that part, what he was saying was he got into it with his homies. His homies stomped him out. Usually they don't let it go that far, but because of how he was moving in the street with the females, they allowed it to go that far. And after that, he ended up leaving that hood and going to another hood within the same family.
Now here is the piece of the story that hits the hardest. According to the same account, on the day Zareel was killed, the reason he was parked at that apartment complex on Chadron Avenue was that he was going to see a woman, and it was the same woman who had passed the information to his old homie in the first place.
And the crazy part about it was, right, when his name went to Hawthorne, Chadron Avenue, he was pulling up on the same female that he was pillow talking with, the same female that went and told Zareel partner the shit that Zareel was saying about him.
Yeah.
He went up and pulled up on the same female. I'm not saying that she set him up.
Yeah. How many of y'all think it was a setup, man? Let me know in the comments, man. How many of y'all think that was a setup? He ended up going to see the same female that ended up getting him in all the trouble that he got into with his homies in the first place.
Y'all can put 2 and 2 together and come up with 4. Y'all can. But 60s did not have nothing to do with this man getting killed.
That last line matters. Nipsey said the Rollin' 60s never publicly claimed responsibility for Zareel's death on any platform or any social media page. In the world these men moved through, when a crew retaliates for something real, they do not usually stay quiet about it. The silence from the 60s was something that people who pay close attention to those streets noticed and took seriously. WAC 100 said something similar in 2022, pointing out that Zareel wasn't even the main person in those mural videos, and that people had been putting blame on him for something that was really more Baby Capone's doing. He urged people to stop adding to the story things that were not there. The reality is that none of the competing theories have been confirmed, and the case remains officially unsolved. Mob James stepped back from all of the theories at one point and said what was really on his mind.
I mean, it seems so.
So actually, I don't think that's 100% true that the case remains unsolved, because there was another video that came out that actually speaks to it more being solved. So let's take a look at this real quick. Hit that like button, man.
Like, you ain't got nothing on you right now.
Viewer discretion is advised as well.
Damn about that, fool. What the?
There's a homicide investigation underway right now in Hawthorne.
We watched the coroner just wheel the body away. It is a male in his 20s that was
Here, I'm gonna
shot.
skip past this a little
Inside this
bit
car,
so
there
we
are
can
a
get to
lot
the
of bullet
content.
holes.
We're going to cover everything, like how he would be arrested and sentenced for the murder of Indian Red Boy, to how he would still catch more cases while in the county jail.
Okay, yeah, let me spin that back. Let me spin that back because the previous video just said it wasn't solved, but as you can see, something got solved. Hit that like.
And killed inside this car. There are a lot of bullet holes inside that windshield.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about Capone 5, aka Infant Capone from the Rolling Hundreds. We're going to cover everything, like how he would be arrested and sentenced for the murder of Indian Red Boy, to how he would still catch more cases while in the county jail. Then we're also going to break down how his two co-defendants would be from 5-5 neighborhood, and they would take the stand on him. But let's dive into it. And like we said, Infant Capone, aka Capone number 5, would be from the Rolling Hundreds, aka the Westmont District. And as a kid, he would be in and out of juveniles and YAs, but we're going to start off with his first adult case. And his first adult arrest would happen on November 26th of 2020, and he was arrested at the age of 18. And he would be arrested and charged for 1 count of evading police, 1 count of carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle, and 1 count of unlawful firearm activity. He would then have to sit in the county jail for about 4 months fighting this case, but on March 25th of 2021, they would allow him to post a $35,000 bail. He would then be able to fight this case from the streets for the next 5 months, but on August 30th of 2021, he would take a plea deal on this case, and he would plead no contest to count 1, which is evading police, and he would have the other 2 counts dismissed. And on that day of August 30th of 2021, they would give him 3 years of probation. He would then be a free man for a little over 3 months, but on December 14th of 2021, he would be arrested again, and this time it would be for a major case. And on this case, him and 2 others would be arrested for 1 count of murder, and he would be charged with possession of a firearm by a felon. But as you can see to the right, the offense dates July 8th of 2021, which would be a whole 5 months before he was even arrested. And on that day of July 8th of 2021, somebody named Zarel Rivera, who was 21 years old, was shot and killed in Hawthorne. And Zarel Rivera would actually be Indian Red Boy. And on that day of July 8th of 2021, police would respond to a call of a shooting at 4:10 in the afternoon. The shooting happened on Chandran Avenue, and when police responded, they would find a 21-year-old male slumped in the front seat of a vehicle. He was shot multiple times, and he was pronounced dead on the scene. And this whole thing would be recorded on Instagram Live, while Indian Red Boy was on Instagram Live with Baby Capone from Inglewood Families. And it's ironic that his killer would actually have the same moniker as Capone. But like we said, the murder happened on July 8th of 2021. And don't forget that Infant Capone from the Rolling Hundreds actually bailed out on March 25th of 2021. So he was actually out on a $35,000 bail while he committed this murder. And like we said, Infant Capone from the Rolling Hundreds wasn't arrested until 5 months after the murder in December. And this right here would be why. Like we said, there would be 3 people on this case, and 2 of them would be from 5-5 Neighborhood Crip. And they would both be arrested on October 27th of 2021. Which was 2 months before Infant Capone would even be arrested or be a suspect in this case.
Shout out Shock Therapy. I appreciate you, fam.
Members of 5-5 Neighborhood that was arrested for the murder. And they would both end up cooperating with police and telling them exactly what happened. The first co-defendant would tell police that he lived nearby to where the shooting happened. And they would pretty much tell detectives that they had no clue the shooting was going to take place. And they would both blame the whole thing on Capone 5, aka Infant Capone from the Rolling Hundreds. They would all then have to sit in the county jail while fighting this case for the next 3 years. But on February 6th of 2024, the first co-defendant would take a plea deal on this case. And since he gave a statement and testified, they would reduce the murder to assaulting a person with a semi-automatic firearm. And as you can see, the murder would say dismissed due to plea negotiation. But as you can see, the date would say November 8th of 2024, which would be 9 months after he took this plea deal. But that's because on November 8th of 2024 is the day that Capone 5 would start trial. So pretty much they would dismiss the murder as long as he testified on that day. And the second co-defendant would take his plea deal on October 30th of 2024, and he would have the murder reduced to assaulting a person with a semi-automatic firearm also. And like we said, he would also give a statement and testify on Infant Capone from Rolling Hundreds. And as for Capone number 5 from the Rolling Hundreds, he would be convicted by a jury and found guilty on November 8th of 2024. And he would be guilty on both counts. And even though he was found guilty on November 8th of 2024, he wouldn't be sentenced until a later date. But on that same day of November 8th of 2024, the first co-defendant would be sentenced to 6 years in state prison. But as you can see at the bottom, he would have 2,217 days of total credit, which would be exactly 6 years. So on that day of November 8th of 2024, the first co-defendant would be a free man. And as for the second co-defendant, he would be sentenced on November 20th of 2024, and they would give him 6 years in state prison also. But as you can see at the bottom, he would have 1,288 days of total credit, which would be 3.5 years. And as for Ife Capone from the Rolling Hundreds, while he was waiting to be sentenced, he would catch a few new cases while in the county jail. On March 18th of 2025, they would arrest him for a riot that happened in the county jail. And they would charge him with 1 count of battery by gassing a CO, 1 count of using force or violence in a county jail, and 1 count of concealing the dagger. And don't forget, he was already found guilty of the murder, so I'm sure this case didn't affect him much. But now he would be fighting this case, and he would still be waiting to be sentenced for the murder, in 9 months after being found.
So this is who they're alleging is responsible for the unaliving of Indian Red Boy. And they going through all his co-defendants and his charges and what he ended up getting.
Guilty, they would sentence him to 29 years to life on August 22nd of 2025. As you can see, 25 years to life for the actual crime, plus 4 years consecutive to count 1 for enhancements. And as for count 2, the felon in possession of a firearm, they would give him 2 years to run concurrent with count 1. And just 6 days after being found guilty, they would dismiss the case of the riot in the county jail. And they would dismiss every single count on August 28th of 2025. However, just 3 days later, on September 1st of 2025, he would be arrested again for a whole new case. And they would charge him with 1 count of custodial possession of a weapon. But after just 2 months, they would dismiss this case due to lack of a speedy trial on November 14th of 2025. So as of right now, Ife Capone, aka Capone 5 from the Rolling Hundreds, is serving a 29-year to life sentence for the murder of Indian Red Boy. And that right there is going to wrap it up for the story. And
Yeah. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that story, man. So the last video actually didn't go as thorough as they should have, because as this video just showed y'all, there was someone that was charged for the unaliving of Indian Red Boy, and he currently in jail right now. I believe he said he got 25, 29 years, and I think he awaiting, another trial for some other shit. So yeah, man, rest in peace to everybody that lost their life in this Indian Red Boy. Prayers to everybody, family, man. And yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about that story right there. We're gonna jump though, man, because I wanna talk about Floyd Mayweather real quick. Cause yeah, I don't even know if we can call him Money May no more at this point, man. Cause shit looking a little wild, man. I ain't never seen this kind of shit from Floyd before, man. So yeah, let's jump, man. Let's take a look at this real quick. Shit, I don't even know where to go with this shit. They saying Floyd money done dried up, man. They say Floyd ain't got a dime to his motherfucking name, man. What y'all think in the comments, man? Let me know, man. Cause yeah, he moving a little different. Floyd moving a little different, man. Floyd moving a little motherfucking different. Hit that like button.
There's 2 things that are happening here. Either somebody messed up in paperwork or in communication or in some form of getting this fight together, misspoke to one of these guys, or Floyd Mayweather is trying to scam Netflix.
At the end of the day, I'm the smart one. Because I don't care if you write good about me, you write bad about me, just keep writing about me.
I want a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight. He got his agreement, so there's no reason to make excuses of that.
Okay, so Floyd Mayweather, man, got some issues with Netflix. Netflix issued him $100 million breach of contract because he basically breached the motherfucking contract. You know what I'm saying? Y'all find out later in this video. But they saying Floyd don't really got the bag no more. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Y'all think Floyd still got the bag or what, man? Is he still Money May, or is all this shit a show, man?
Contract mess in boxing history just got real. Floyd Mayweather thought he could take the money and run. Netflix just proved him wrong. And what happened next will shock the entire combat sports world. Floyd Mayweather is in serious trouble. Sources claim Netflix hit him with a massive penalty for trying to back out of the Manny Pacquiao rematch. Insiders say the fine could be as high as $100 million. That number is not a typo. $100 million. The contract was crystal clear from
100 million, man. They trying to get $100 million up out of Floyd ASAP. They saying, bro, you been down talking to fight, you lying and shit. We need $100 million. And I'm hearing shit about they trying to put a lien on like his gymnasiums. You know what I'm saying? The money team gyms that he got. So it's a lot of shit going on with Floyd Money Mayweather, man. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all think he's still sitting on that bread? It's been reports out there that bro done lost over $1 billion. Like, how do you even lose that kind of bread? Like, shit, wow, bro. Y'all let me know.
Mayweather signed for a real professional fight. Netflix announced it to the world. The venue was locked in at the Sphere in Las Vegas. The date was set for September 19th. But then Money Mayweather started changing his story. He showed up at an autograph signing in late March. Reporters asked him about the Pacquiao fight. And Floyd dropped a bombshell that nobody expected. He said the fight might not be at the Sphere. He said the location was still being discussed. Then he said something even crazier.
So right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at.
Right. So that's the first detail that Floyd, misspoke on, we'll say. Because I believe in the contract that Netflix provided, the location was most definitely inked in there, and it was at the Sphere in Vegas. So that's the first thing.
We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition. Okay.
Look at Floyd, man. He look a little bit stressed out. I mean, it's a little. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm just reading a little bit into this. But that Floyd look a little more stressed out than usual.
Right now, we don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. We don't know the location of the fight. The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition. Okay.
Floyd told everyone the fight was just an exhibition.
Right. He told everybody the fight was just an exhibition and it's not going to count on the record. But that wasn't true. In the contract, it's a real fight that's going to count. And so Netflix is holding that as breach of contract, and they want their $100 million.
Just an exhibition like his other recent fights. The problem is that is not what he signed. According to sources close to the situation, that statement put him in immediate breach of contract. Manny Pacquiao's team was not having it. Jas Mathur is the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions. He went on record with multiple media outlets, and he did not hold back one single bit. Mathur said Floyd Mayweather is officially in breach of his contract. He said there is no gray area here. This is black and white.
Oh, this is what Pacquiao manager said. If he's scared of Manny and does not want to put the record on the line in a professional boxing match, not only should he have never executed these agreements, but he should have just come right out and said because Manny ain't scared.
Mathur explained that Mayweather signed 3 separate agreements, one in October, another in November, a third in December. All 3 agreements were for a professional fight, not an exhibition. Floyd received money when he signed each one. But wait, it gets even worse for Mayweather. Netflix reportedly gave Floyd millions of dollars in advance.
Oh, okay. So that's where the problem lies. Netflix is fronting Floyd millions to get this fight, promote this motherfucking fight. Him and Manny back in the ring again, doing they want to. But nah, Floyd then told all the media that it's an exhibition fight, and it's not even gonna be at the location that they decided. That's just one of the possible fucking locations. Well, who knows? So basically, he ain't promoting the motherfucking fight. You know what I'm saying? And Netflix pissed off. They want $100 million up out of Floyd, man.
Sources say when one journalist threw out a number in the multiple millions, Netflix people said the real amount is even higher than that. Floyd took those advance payments. He signed the contracts. And now he is trying to change the terms after pocketing the cash.
So, yeah, there's a disagreement in terms of whether this is a real fight or an exhibition. But really, that's really falling on the side of Mayweather, since apparently he already signed the contracts. The deal was already done. He took some advances, apparently, on the actual agreed upon.
Today I'm going to make a beat. We're going to...
Yeah, you see how they highlighting that. He took some advances, apparently. They're not leaving that shit out at all, bro. Hit that like button.
Agreed upon terms of the contract.
Industry insiders claim this is classic Mayweather behavior. He did the same thing before his first fight with Pacquiao. That fight took 5 years to make happen. Floyd kept moving the goalposts. He kept adding new demands. And now it is happening all over again.
So what does this mean, and what's like a potential outcome for this case that's coming up? Well, the lawsuit could have some pretty serious implications, not only for Floyd's legacy, but also for how networks and advisors handle fighter compensations.
But this time is different. This time Netflix is involved, and Netflix does not play games with their money. They are a $400 billion company. They have the best lawyers in the
Damn.
world. Damn.
Hold up, bro. Netflix worth $400 billion? Psh. God, what? Man, hit that cash app for your boy, man. God damn, Netflix. Y'all giving Netflix all this motherfucking bread, man. Slide some of that to your boy.
Not going to let Floyd Mayweather embarrass them on a global stage.
He wants an exhibition with me, but I disagree, and I don't want to fight with exhibition with him. I want to fight a real fight like this. So this is it.
The contract reportedly includes a penalty clause. If Mayweather backs out or breaches the agreement, he owes massive damages. Mather confirmed this in his interviews. He said the penalty is substantial. When pressed for details, he revealed it is 8 to 9 figure damages. That means somewhere between $100 million and $999 million. Floyd Mayweather.
Wow. So they saying Netflix got Floyd on the hook for damages ranging from $100 million to basically $1 billion. 999 million. Wow. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. This shit just broke, I think, yesterday.
Whether crying over this mess would not surprise anyone. Sources say he is in a corner he cannot fight his way out of. He took the advance money. He signed multiple contracts with his digital signature. They have his IP address. They have his device ID. Everything is documented.
You know, the price ranges from 8 figures all the way to 9 figures that I'm able to get for exhibitions. And so why would I go out there and risk, fighting a top fighter when I can get the same amount of money for 3 rounds with whoever?
Hockey.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, man. This sounds like Floyd moving the goalpost with that statement right there. If you didn't already took the bread and agreed to the terms, you know what I mean? I mean, shit. What you expect Netflix to do? You feel me? Like, so yeah. Listen, they say Floyd been moving a little funny, man, for at least the past, I'll say, year or two that I've been hearing about the rumors on the streets. It's probably been longer than that. But how many of y'all think Floyd ain't got no more money, man? Let me know in the comments. Is Floyd Mayweather broke? That's what these videos seem to try to illustrate.
Himself spoke to the media about the situation. He said Floyd already got his advance payments. He said there is no reason to make excuses now. Manny made it clear that the contract they both signed was for a real professional fight, not some exhibition where their records do not count.
I think he's
Oh yeah, Manny want that get back. Manny most definitely want that get back. Floyd, you gonna get your ass in this ring, and it's gonna be for real. We ain't fucking around. Yeah. No, ain't no exhibition. Nah. I need that. Manny trying to get that leg back. That's a fact. I can't be mad at him.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or not.
I ain't doing no motherfucking exhibition.
Must be insane.
Manny ain't fucking around, man.
Facing lawsuits from multiple jewelers. One jeweler says Floyd owes over $1 million for watches and chains. Another.
Oh wow! So we got jewelers coming out saying Mayweather owe him a mill for chains and all the, you know what I'm saying, jewelry that he didn't took up out the stuff.
Jeweler filed a separate lawsuit for unpaid balances. Floyd reportedly paid only $300,000 on a bill that was over $1.6 million.
Like they're like, oh, this is like one of the OG jeweler guys. This is like who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, I'm not going to say who it is. He's like,
and look at all Vladimir. He out here spilling the fucking beans. These motherfuckers, man. Listen, if Floyd Mayweather would have reached out to Vlad and said, I'm coming on your show, he'd have been rolling the red carpet out for him. Now he putting all the nigga business out in the street. You can't trust none of these motherfuckers, man. Hit that like button.
broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. And he told me, and I'm not going to say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy. Yeah.
There are also reports about unpaid rent. Sources say Mayweather was sued for more than $300,000 in unpaid rent on a Manhattan luxury apartment. For a guy who calls himself Money, Floyd sure seems to have a lot of money problems lately.
And I also know for a fact that Floyd is operating at a deficit right now. He is not making money, he is spending money or losing money. It's not going well for Floyd Mayweather's finance.
This is where the Netflix penalty comes in. If Floyd tries to weasel out of this fight, he could owe them $100 million or more. That kind of hit would devastate even someone as wealthy as Mayweather. And Netflix is reportedly not bluffing about enforcing this. Boxing Scene reporter Lance Pugmire broke major details about the advance payments. He confirmed that Netflix gave Floyd significant financial advances. When he suggested a number in the millions, sources told him the real figure is even higher. Floyd took that money, and now he is stuck.
A multi-billion-dollar company officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere. So earlier this morning, I spoke to Jazz Mather, who is the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and he said it is absolutely a real fight. There's a signed contract. Mayweather signed it. It's in there. That it's a real fight that'll count on their records, and it's going to be at the Sphere. So I'm not sure what Floyd is talking about. I don't know if Floyd got bad advice, but he's contracted, so it would be a breach if not. I don't see him turning down a major pay.
Mather gave Mayweather a deadline. He had to provide written confirmation by April 3rd that he would honor the contract. After that, there was a 14-day cure period. If Floyd did not fix the breach during that time, the penalties would kick in. And that is when Netflix can hit him with the full 9-figure damage claim. The Sphere production timeline makes this
9-figure damage claim. How much is it? That's like, yeah, that's about $1 billion, right? 9 figures. I mean, 6 is $1 million, 7 is $1 billion, 8 is a trillion. Shit, I done lost count after that. I ain't got that kind of paper, man. I can't count that motherfucking high, man. Hit the cash app for it, nigga, man. Shit, help me get to the mountaintop. But they saying Floyd Mayweather got some money issues, man. What y'all think about that in the comments, man?
45 days to prepare for an event this massive. Every day that Floyd stalls costs Netflix and the Sphere money, and those costs will be added to whatever Floyd already owes. Here is what nobody is talking about. Floyd might have breached the contract in another way too. Sources claim he signed to fight Greek kickboxer Mike Zambidis in June. That fight is scheduled for June 27th. But his Pacquiao contract reportedly restricts him from taking other fights without approval. So Floyd might be in double breach right now. Mayweather also had a fight scheduled with Mike Tyson. That was supposed to happen in spring.
Yeah.
But it got postponed.
Yeah, that's the one that nobody wanted to see. I would have watched it, but there wasn't nobody calling for that shit right there.
Some people think Floyd is juggling too many commitments, and now all of them are falling apart at the same time. The Tyson fight was supposed to be in the Democratic Republic of Congo. No official details ever came out. The whole thing seems sketchy from the start. Now, it looks like that fight might never happen. And if Floyd is tied up in legal battles with Netflix, he will not have time for exhibitions anyway.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
Pacquiao's team is playing hardball. Mather said if Floyd does not want to put his undefeated record on the line, he should just say it. He said Manny is not scared. But Floyd seems terrified of getting that one loss on his record, and that fear might cost him $100 million.
Whether Pacquiao potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Come on, dude. Fight a real fight.
Listen, you can do a whole show on this motherfucker right here and all the shit he been into. But yeah, that's Oscar De La Hoya, man.
You're still trying to protect.
Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man.
You're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Your own father's.
Industry experts think Floyd is scared of Pacquiao. Their first fight was close despite what the scorecard said. Manny was coming off a shoulder injury. He still pushed Floyd to the limit. Now both guys are older, but Pacquiao has been more active. He fought Mario Barrios last year. Many people thought Manny won that fight, even though it was scored a draw. Floyd has only done exhibitions since 2017. He has not had a real professional fight in 9 years. His reflexes are not what they used to be. His speed is gone. And Manny Pacquiao is still hungry to prove he can beat him. That has to...
Why Floyd ain't never had a major endorsement? That shit crazy when you think about it. Yeah, you know, I mean, shit. When you got that kind of bread, man, he might not have felt like he needed one. You know what I mean? What up, P? He might not have felt like he needed one, man. Let me check this other video out real quick. Let me know in the comments, man. Y'all think Floyd Mayweather done ran out of money, bro? Is Floyd broke? Or is Floyd playing this all? He got a gang of bread stashed on one of these islands somewhere.
We're gonna get through this.
Floyd Mayweather is facing the most devastating financial crisis of his entire career. And what's happening behind the scenes has left the boxing legend allegedly in complete meltdown mode. Sources close to the situation suggest that Netflix is reportedly moving aggressively to seize Mayweather's assets, including his prized gym franchise empire as collateral for the massive $100 million penalty he faces for breaching his contract with Manny Pacquiao.
If anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the control.
The undefeated champion who built his entire persona around being Money Mayweather is now allegedly watching his business empire crumble right before his eyes, with insiders claiming he's been experiencing emotional breakdowns as the financial walls close in around him.
Today, to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fights.
Yeah, and we incredibly disappointed in you, motherfucker. Anyway, this Stephen A. Smith. Y'all know who the fuck he is, but how many of y'all think Mayweather done ran out of bread, bro? I mean, these reports has been coming in for at least a year or two. And now you got jewelers saying that you got unpaid balances. You got unpaid balances on properties. Yeah, man, shit ain't looking good.
My brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
According to reports from multiple sources, Mayweather signed 3 separate contracts with Netflix and Pacquiao's promotion team, took millions of dollars in advance payments, and then publicly tried to change the terms by claiming the September 19th Sphere fight would be just an exhibition instead of a real professional bout.
The Sphere is one of the places that they talked about. So we don't know if it's 100% going to be there. And this is not actually a fight, it's an exhibition. Okay.
Jas Mathur, CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, confirmed to ESPN that Mayweather is officially in breach of contract and stated, "As of right now, the fight is still on. There is no termination of any sort, and he has signed for a professional fight. Floyd Mayweather is officially in breach of his contract."
Floyd Mayweather is in a breach. He is officially in a breach. He's been in a breach since the day he went out and said what he said.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Officially in a breach as of yesterday. He has a cure period. There's certain things that he needs to do, and he has multiple breaches, not just one.
The CEO didn't mince words when discussing the financial consequences, telling the Las Vegas Review-Journal, "There's a massive penalty. There's going to be damages, and those damages, they're quite substantial. It's 8 9-figure damages. This means Mayweather could be facing anywhere from $100 million to $900 million in damages if he continues claiming the fight is just an exhibition when the contracts allegedly state it's a professional bout that puts his perfect 50-0 record on the line."
Yeah, that's why it's important, because he got that 50-0 record, and it's a rematch with Pacquiao. They want that full promotion. They want that full, you know what I mean? Everybody eyes glued to the screen when this shit happened. And so him saying that this is an exhibition fight, that most definitely undercuts what Netflix is trying to do. So they most definitely gonna try to uphold him to the contract. They didn't already gave him a fat advance, you know. So yeah, I mean, it don't look like Mayweather got too many options in this shit, man.
Claiming the fight is just an exhibition when the contracts allegedly state it's a professional bout that puts his perfect 50-0 record on the line.
It is booked as a professional fight, not as an exhibition. It was never booked as an exhibition, which makes sense because Netflix got behind it, and I would assume that they would not want an exhibition. We said the other day, I think it was actually yesterday, We said that this fight has to be a real fight and not an exhibition because one, Netflix is involved. Two, Manny Pacquiao wants that get back.
However, what's even more shocking is how Netflix is reportedly responding to Mayweather's breach and the devastating impact this is allegedly having on his gym franchise business that bears his name. But before we dive into the Netflix situation, Manny Pacquiao himself made explosive statements revealing how he trapped Mayweather into this contract. Pacquiao told Boxing Scene's Lance Pugmire, "I know he understands that the contract he signed is for a real fight. That's how he received the advances from Netflix. There's no reason to cancel it. If he does, that's his right. But he will face many problems with Netflix, MP Promotions, and so on. That's why, for this fight, I made sure he signed first, based on my past experience."
Manny said he played him. He said they gave Floyd to put the money on the table for Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd signed first, and then they hooked him. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's hella penalties and clauses and shit. He probably ain't read all that shit, man. He just took the bread and got up out of there, man. I don't know. He ain't moving like a motherfucker that got a billion, man. I got to be honest with you, bro.
This reveals that Pacquiao learned from their previous negotiations and made sure to get Mayweather's signature on binding contracts before any money changed hands this time.
I'm saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Okay, so it sounded like in the first fight, it sounded like money exchanged hands before the contract was signed and Floyd got over on their ass. That's what it sounded like. They being extra cautious with Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So again, it sounded like they'd have been burnt once or twice before with this motherfucker, man.
A real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said
I want to fight an exhibition.
no exhibition. It's either real fight or not.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
Pacquiao also confirmed that Mayweather has already received substantial advance payments from Netflix. He stated directly, he signed a real fight and he got his advance, so there's no reason to make excuses.
That's proposed of exhibition that was long time ago, year after our first fight, but I didn't agree. And then I want a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that.
Boxing journalist Lance Pugmire revealed on Boxing Scene today that the advance payments are staggering.
Yeah, you see how everybody keep bringing up them advance payments, man. Them advance payments. Floyd walked out that bitch probably with 400 M's. Nigga. Probably like, at least 100. He had to at least took 100 out that motherfucker, man. Because everybody keeps highlighting the fact he walked out of there with that advance. They're not putting a specific number on it. They saying it's higher than million. You know what I mean? It's in the high millions. So, yeah. It should listen. Floyd, man, hey, breaching contract, they're going to be on his ass. They're going to all sue his ass if he don't come through.
Millions of dollars. I don't know exactly.
And that could be potentially a bit billions. You know what I mean? A couple billion.
Than what I threw out. And I threw out multiple millions of dollars. This confirms that Mayweather took massive upfront payments from Netflix for what was supposed to be a professional fight. And now he's allegedly trying to change it into a meaningless exhibition.
If this is all true, then he absolutely is in breach of contract. And he's trying to scam Netflix, of all people. Floyd, we know, is a serial scammer at this point with the cryptocurrencies, with the Logan Paul fight.
The situation
gets damn, is that wait a minute. When did Floyd become a serial scammer? Is that where we at, niggas, in 2026? This nigga Floyd Mayweather is a serial scammer now? Man, hey, Dr. Nino, listen. I mean, shit, everybody running motherfucking plays, I guess. I need to start running a couple plays on you motherfuckers, man. Hit that fucking like button. Tap that Cash App for your boy, man. Shit, let's get some plays going in this motherfucker.
Specific contracts that Mayweather allegedly signed. According to Mather's detailed account to ESPN, Mayweather signed 3 separate agreements on 3 different dates with 2 different parties. Mather explained to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the first was signed on October 24th, 2025. The second on November 6th, the third on December 14th. All 3 were eventually merged together in January 2026. Mayweather received money upon signing each one. This shows that Mayweather was actively signing multiple binding contracts over a 3-month period and collecting deposits at each stage. But it gets even worse for Mayweather's legal position. Mather revealed He did get deposits, and then he also took a loan against the purse. So this is beyond just getting a deposit from the fight contract. This means Mayweather took out an advance loan against his guaranteed purse for the Pacquiao fight, which legally binds him even more tightly since he's already spent money he hasn't technically earned yet.
Your boy Mayweather, talking about, he thought that this fight that he had with Pacquiao was an exhibition. He took an advance pay for 3 fights.
Right.
And now they're saying he's in breach of contract because he said that.
What's up, y'all? I'm Percy Miller, Master P, and I want to tell y'all, social media.
Hey, shout out to Master People. We don't give a fuck right now, man. You fucking up my show, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to this motherfucking channel, man.
Sources suggest this loan arrangement makes it nearly impossible for Mayweather to simply walk away without facing catastrophic financial consequences. Mather emphasized the ironclad documentation they have. He stated to ESPN, no one in these last 3 months has brought up anything related to the venue or related to the fight not being a professional fight. His team has had all the contracts. He signed all the contracts. We have the DocuSign proofs as well as wet signatures with his device.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I think y'all get the point. They got all the signatures, wet signatures, dry signatures, whatever kind of fucking signatures you want, man. They got them. So it's gonna be interesting to see. On top of all that shit, Mayweather got another problem. And it's the federal fucking government, bruh.
Mayweather is being targeted by the IRS over unpaid taxes, with some of his properties and assets being held on lien until the full balance is paid off. And if not, said assets will be fully taken away. This report comes from Business Insider, but is also now being reported by Ring Magazine, in which they reveal that the IRS has filed a lien versus Mayweather in Las Vegas, currently putting a hold on Mayweather's Vegas property due to unpaid taxes stemming from 2018 and 2023 that have now ballooned to $7.3 million. Now, we're not sure if it's Mayweather's house or his cars. However, whatever tangible property that Mayweather owns that equals the amount that he owes the government is likely the one being held hostage right now by the IRS. Floyd Mayweather's lawyer has declined to comment regarding this matter, according to Business Insider, with Mayweather himself having been silent since declaring that his comeback fight versus Pacquiao is only an exhibition, despite Netflix and Team Pacquiao saying it's not. This news comes after Manny Pacquiao acquired and became the new owner of Mayweather's gym in California. The former Mayweather gym that's now being rebranded as Pacquiao Prime Boxing was shut down after employees and management revealed
Yeah,
they weren't being
as y'all can
paid
see, man, shit looking real serious for Mayweather, man. Not only is Netflix pressing him for the, anywhere from 100 mil to damn near $1 billion. Mayweather assets frozen by the IRS for unpaid taxes, about 7.3 million. So yeah, what you said, P? Let's see, we all seen that joint where Floyd had like 40 black cars in his garage, starting to think my nigga broke. Yeah, man. I mean, shit. Listen, I ain't the nigga that can tell you how to move with $1 billion, because I ain't got a motherfucking billion. But I'm gonna tell you this: there's been a lot of rumors and just a lot of weird movements from a nigga you would think that got $1 billion. You know what I mean? A lot of strange claims coming out and shit about unpaid debts and you know what I mean? When you start hearing about shit like that, man, you gotta ask those kind of questions. I mean, some niggas stunt, but some niggas end up like what's your boy Offset? You know what I'm saying? He be out here looking like Offset in a minute. So I don't know, man. But they say Money May got some money problems, man. Hit that like button.
Staff to basically walk out. The gym that Pacquiao now owns is one of the dozens that's been closing down left and right across the country, with another Mayweather gym being evicted by the building's landlord from its rented space after failing to pay rent. Before Pacquiao's acquisition, his team, as reported by Boxing Scene, also exposed Mayweather for not only receiving an advance payment from Netflix for signing the contract versus Pacquiao, Mayweather allegedly and apparently took the same signed professional fight contract to a lender and used it as collateral to get approved for a loan application. With that,
whoa, they saying, but wait a minute. Wait, let me spin that back. I gotta spin that all the fucking way back. They what?
Allegedly and apparently took the same signed professional fight contract to a lender and used it as collateral to get approved for a loan application. That said,
Money May, okay, so Money May took the signed contract, spun to a motherfucking loan shark, and got an advance on the contract. Yeah, he on his Offset shit. This is listen, we watching Offset in real time crash the fuck out over this gambling shit, right? Have we not been looking at Money Mayweather just got more money. That's why we ain't seen it until now. This nigga's starting to look like Offset to me. I'm gonna be honest with you, bruh. Mayweather took the contract from Netflix, went to a loan shark. This nigga went to a payday loan and cashed out from them on the contract. You can't make this shit up, man. Money May, yeah, listen, I don't know, man. That's a lot of moves for a nigga who got $1 billion in the bank. Why don't you just go to the bank?
with that said, the IRS now joins Netflix, Pacquiao, the Sphere, and all the investors and sponsors who are just among a few that are demanding answers from Floyd Money Mayweather. Anyway, what are your thoughts about this?
Yeah. It's a lot of motherfuckers on Floyd top right now. Look like Floyd Mayweather and Associates ain't been paying motherfuckers, man. But yeah, that's some wild shit right there. Mayweather owe money $7 million to the government. They say Netflix on his bumper anywhere from 100 million to damn near $1 billion because of advances he done took, and now he ain't properly promoting the fight, trying to change the terms and stipulations and shit. Yeah. What y'all think about that, man? Y'all think Mayweather out of money? I don't know. You know what I mean? But word on the street say maybe that's the case, man. Dr. Nino say cap. I don't know, man. I'm just like, you know, when you start, what did I cover? I covered some shit in the beginning of this show, man, where it said pawn shop loans is up right now. Believe it or not, nigga, pawn shop loans is up, nigga. So that means niggas is trying to get money from anywhere. Little $200, $300, $350, little $400 for this little watch, nigga. Niggas is trying to get money anywhere they can at this point. So to see a brother by the name of Money Mayweather that's in charge of the money team looking like one of these pawn shop motherfuckers or looking like Offset, you know, you got to ask them questions, man. But yeah, this is the remix with Kelly Dre, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy, man. Subscribe to the channels, man. I'm on YouTube, Twitch, I'm streaming on Kick. You know what I'm saying? Wherever the fuck you want me to be, man. Just let me know. I'll pull up over there. I'm going to talk a whole bunch of shit and do my 1-2 just like I do, man. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. And yeah, I'm about to get the fuck out of here, man. Shit. Try to make sure I get me some money, man. Hit that Cash App so I don't end up like Money Mayweather broke out. You know what I mean? But shit, until the next time, man. I'm gonna holla at
Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right? Money on my mind, got no time for that limelight. I'm from California, man, I guess we'll start with that. Banged out starter caps, glued to the cul-de-sac, looking like an artifact, trying to get their money back. Yellow jackets coming, mom about to have a heart attack. Southeast San Diego, we was at the heart of that. You moved about the hood, my nigga, you ain't want no part of that. Move to work and let the money drip the laundry mat. I pray to God the homie get his little daughter back. So many problems and it's not even a part of rap. So many suckers and they hating and they copycat. And life is bigger than these bitches that you hollered at. And if you bleed a dollar, better get $3 back. And all I'm giving is the facts. Pay attention to the stats and never making mention of the jacks. Gotta keep the money stacked, work your way through the traps. Money motivated to the max. Money on my mind, got my money in my mind, right?